What is up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Fan Friday. Phillies are stinking. Let's get into it.
Let's go! This ain't the fuck like oh, this game he stink!
Oh shit!
It's gone!
What is up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Fan Friday. Jake Friel, along with Dan Triok, Pete Young, down below. Pete, is that a USFL shirt?
Why, yes, it is.
God damn it.
Did you know that the USFL starts this weekend?
I did not.
I feel like the big question is when will the 2-minute warning debut? Could be now, could be 3 minutes from now, could be 5 minutes left in the show. Who knows?
To be honest, it'll be more entertaining than what the Phillies are showing us right now. So
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, got a jam-packed show. Going to be doing some Phillies live reactions, some post-game, if you want to stick around. But also later on, we're going to be previewing Sixers versus Raptors, round one of the NBA playoffs. I mean, some of us are excited, others are kind of Some of us are expecting a round one exit, from what I've heard. So, got a lot to talk about. But as always, before we get into it, we are brought to you by Gleason's Bar. Gleason's Bar is located at 6700 Mill Creek Avenue in Levittown, PA. Use promo code A2D for 10% off your order whenever you dine in, take out, or order online at Gleason'sBarandSteaks.com. The website again is Gleason'sBarandSteaks.com. When you order online, use promo code A2D for 10% off your order. Our poll question for tonight is brought to you by All Campus. All Campus is giving 20% off everything in their store, including hats, shirts, team cornhole sets, and more to all of our subscribers. So search A2D Radio on YouTube. Go down to our YouTube channel. Just hit that red button right there, right down below, or if you're already here, right down there. Hit the subscribe button. And obviously, summer's right around the corner. When we go to Ocean City, go to All Campus. Just be like, John, I'm a subscriber. Bam, 20% off. But as we're getting into it, with the Phillies struggling, still they're down 6-0 to the Marlins. It never ends. The poll question for tonight: the lack of clutch hitting for the Philadelphia Phillies lineup is concerning. Agree or disagree? Pete, what do you say?
See, on the one hand, there's the obvious opportunity to overreact and be a true Philadelphian. But on the other hand, it's positive Pete. So I'm gonna be positive in this moment of sadness, depression, and sadness. So I was there Saturday. I was there on Saturday. Lots of fun. Mm-hmm. Jake was there. Dan was there. Yeah. My buddy went with me. It was a fucking blast. I got my Bryce Harper MVP shirt. Mm-hmm. If I was one row behind, I would have called a fucking foul ball. It was just awesome. Everyone was hitting. It was beautiful. I was there for Castellanos' first home run. It was just great. And you're like, oh man, this is never gonna end. It's hitting season. And then like every man's most inopportune moment. Can't get it up. Mm-hmm. Just goes from this to and that's what the bats are right now. They're a little lip dicks. They're lip dicks. It does not seem like there is any Viagra in sight.
I mean, you're not wrong.
The Phillies bats do not have any manscaping capabilities right now.
No, they do not.
It's very disappointing, and Alec Boehm sucks. he's hitting the ball, but he still sucks ass.
He's been our only consistent hitter. It's the crazy part.
Also, so we boo. I wanted to laugh at this. We booed the shit out of Scott Rowland, who wanted to win.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to cheer Alec Boehm for basically saying "fuck you, Philadelphia," but he apologized for it. But Scott Rowland is the evildoer of all evildoers, and Alec Boehm is the sweet innocent baby who loves and understands us.
It's the time we live in.
Yeah, exactly. Be like, oh, he owned up to it. Good for him. Okay.
You can just not be a little bitch.
Not complain. It's not that hard.
But I hate to tell people this, and I was telling someone at work today about this because I was complaining about it. I'm like, this is the type of team we have. This is why I hate home run hitters, because it's boom or bust. It's either you're smacking the shit out of the ball, or you're going like 14 straight strikeouts. Mm-hmm. You basically stuck a team full of Ryan Howards together. It is what it is. And people get mad at it, but it's just like, love Ryan Howard, because when he was great, it was out of here. And when he wasn't, it was near the fucking Mendoza line. And that's what this team's going to be. When they're smashing, they're going to be smashing the shit. When they're not, it's going to be putrid fucking baseball. Because there's just not a lot of huge, like, actual hitters on this team. Like Gene Segura is probably your only line drive guy.
As far as consistency goes, yeah.
As far as consistency goes, I don't count Vierling because we don't even know what the hell he is.
Castellanos is too. I think a lot of people are undervaluing him. He
gets
over 300, like, easy.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also a home run guy. Like,
he is, but you're comparing him like to Ryan Howard. Like, I don't think there's.
I'm not comparing him to Ryan Howard. I'm comparing this whole team as of right now.
I don't think it's accurate though. I get what you're saying. Like, they have a lot of home run guys on this team, obviously, but in the sense of like him, like it's going to be home run or strikeout or home run or nothing. I don't really feel that way at all.
That's why I feel like with this team right now, it's going to be a hit.
Right now,
hit or miss.
I mean, right now it's easy to feel that way. I feel like I get what you're saying.
I mean, this could change in a week from now, but as of right now, it's cold as shit. They couldn't find water. They fell out of a boat. Like, come on, let's be serious right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think it's going to last the whole season? No. But Schwarber this is him. This is who he is. He is very inconsistent because when he's hitting, and when he's not, he's not. Mm-hmm. Right now, he's not. Castellanos is a little bit more consistent, but I'm willing to bet he'll go through his stretches as well. It's just like Harper does and all of them. But you got to think that it's going to turn around at least at some point.
You would hope, yeah. What do you say, Dan?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've been seeing this stuff online from whether it's Twitter or Facebook, any kind of social media platform. Mm-hmm. You definitely see the people out there that are, losing their minds less than 10 games into the season.
Yep.
And it's hysterical.
They can't do baseball, man.
Yeah, it's really hysterical. I compare it to like overreacting over the first NFL game of the season. Honestly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's sad. It really is sad. Like, for you to look at something, you're less than 10 games into a season out of 162,
mm-hmm.
and you're that concerned about a lineup that, let's be real, like, Pete, you made some good points in terms of like Schwarber you can look at his breakdowns. He goes through stretches where he struggles, but I'll tell you this, he'll go through multiple stretches where he's literally the hottest guy in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's done it multiple times. So he could carry this team on his back alone through a stretch during the season, which could be helpful. I mean, we don't know. It's all going to play out. Castellanos, I can't say this guy's name.
Castellanos.
Yeah. Regardless, he's going to be consistent. I think he's got the ability to be up there in terms of one of the higher averages in on this team, I think Gene's right there because I do agree with what you said, Pete, in terms of like being one of the more solid overall hitters on the team. And Bryce, I feel like at the end of the day, he's going to be there in terms of just overall what he's putting together. You see him heating up just over the last 2 games. I mean, I don't think he's doing much tonight, but
No.
I mean, look, it's I don't think it's going to be one of those things. It's feast or famine.
Yeah, it's 180 games.
It seems like it now, but like I said, like let's relax. We're not even 10 games into the season. Let's just enjoy watching the team, even if it's shitty nights like this. It's hard. It's fun. It really is. It's fucking hard. But you're not going to see. This is going to be the minority. You're not going to see nights like this all the time. So
The problem with Philadelphia when it comes to sports is that they only see, you can shit on me all you want. They see it through the Eagles goggles. Where it's like, oh my God, 16 games. Oh my God, you're not developing at this rate. Oh my God.
Just the overreaction, yeah.
Yes, it's not how it fucking works. It's not like there's only 16, 17 games. It's 162 fucking games. It's the same thing with the NBA where they overreacted. Like the first 5 games of the season, they're like, oh, that's it. It's over. Just fucking breathe. Like you just say you can't handle this many games, and like let those of us who know how to handle it talk about it. Because if you can't fucking handle it, that's fine. You don't have the balls for it. B, you don't have the fucking brains for it, and C, you just don't have the intelligence and emotional wherewithal to deal with it. And that's fine on every fucking account. But if you're going to fucking overreact to every fucking game to where it's, gotta break it up, gotta trade it, waste of a season, we're the same old team. What the fuck do you mean it's the same old team? Yeah. It's a completely different fucking team. It's basically a little bit better starting pitching setup, but once again, a completely different bullpen as opposed to last season. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I can't listen to these overreactions. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't concerned, right? But again, like you both said, it's only 7 games of 162. So I'm not really concerned about that. I mean, if you want to look at it, like, as far as like struggle bus, you could talk about the Braves last year who made the World Series last year and they didn't have a winning record till August.
Yep.
I'm not saying we're the Braves are going to go that far, but it's just that's just how baseball works sometimes. Sometimes you get
There's a difference, in my opinion. I think there's a difference between being concerned. Like, if you're not a little concerned, you're crazy because you got to be a little nervous, but like to go full on, the sky is over, hell is opening with it under us, and we're all going to burn. 7 games in. What was it? 7, 8 games in?
Yeah.
You just can't handle the sport.
Right.
I mean, personally, I even think I do think it's overreacting. I 1000% think anybody who is concerned in terms of the way this lineup's going to hit, I think they're overreacting. Whether you feel that way, Jake, whether anybody that's watching right now is overreacting over 7 games,
right?
They're overreacting. Now, if we get a month, 45 days in, and it's still the same thing every night, then I'm right with you. Like I'm concerned because that's literally a trend,
right?
But at the end of the day, you play you play every day.
Yep.
Like it's unlike any sport. You can't compare it, like you said, Pete.
No.
Like many people try to compare it to other sports. You can't do that. So no, there should be no reason that you look at this lineup and you should be that worried at the end of the day where we stand right now, 7 games in the season. Yeah. This is overreacting.
Yeah, I hear you, but I think the overreaction, to be fair, Dan, I think it also comes from the fact that we had a hot spring training where the bats were just red hot and that whole thing. We're hitting dingers left and right. Moniak's looking good. Stott was looking really good, and now the regular season's here. It's a different animal. That's the other thing too. Everyone just thought it was immediately going to translate, and that was that. I mean, we got it the first 2 games where we were hitting left and right. We were playing small ball, getting singles, doubles, and that whole thing. But to be concerned, like say this team isn't good and it's going to be a shit year. Yeah, no, I completely agree that it's an overreaction. But I understand like the concerns being like, they're not doing too well. Like I get that. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree. Like if you're saying this team stinks, get rid of everyone, Bryce Harper's overrated, it's a blatant overreaction. But
I feel like the major concern is the fact that Jake A does not have a hat, and B he does not have a hat that matches his shirt.
I never wear a hat. To be fair,
because notice shirt, hat, Dan, shirt, hat, Jake. There is no hat, and there is no hat that matches your shirt. I'm sorry. This is just very important, and you're kind of freaking me out over there in the fucking corner.
I might have to stop by All Campus and grab a couple hats then.
There you go.
Might have to do that. So.
But things that bother me.
The little things. Yeah, the only issue is if I had like a hat, my cap would be hitting the back of my chair. That's the only issue. So if I try and lean back, it'll be like my head will be going right down. But comments are flying, so let me, before I get to the comments real quick, where is my ad read? Let me find it real quick. Sorry, guys. There's so much. That's there's so many sponsors. But our first comment of the night's brought to you. Well, not brought to you by, but our membership. Become a member, only $9.99 a month. Perks include appearances on shows, members only live streams, shout outs, weekly sports picks from Money Pop Podcast and Willie Vegas. I'm telling you, $9.99 a month. Spend a little money, make a nice amount of money. Nate's made some guys a lot of money. Made myself a lot of money. Wilson, with his fantasy picks, has made us a lot of money. But let's get into these comments real quick, because, again, I said they're flying. Todd Womack, Philly Dilly fam. What's up, Todd?
What's up, Todd?
Rosca says, boys, what's up? Ryan says, piss Pete. Oh, here we go. Get mad.
That's not even a fucking accomplishment. I'm always fucking mad. I'm like the whole bitch.
I'm waiting for the paragraphs.
Also, I work for a Russian car dealer owner. What the fuck do you think?
Long articles.
Mad.
See, I like how Ryan can make fun of himself. I like that. Well done. Well done. Jason Bennett says, this shit's pathetic. I know it's early, but damn, we look like crap. I hope the Sixers don't disappoint tomorrow.
And if they do, you can tune in at 7 to watch the USFL.
If it's a blowout, yeah. Uh-huh.
You're not even get them halftime. You're like, fuck it. Just put on
the USFL General, the New Jersey Generals are playing the Birmingham Stallions at 7:30.
What is the team again?
The New Jersey General versus the Birmingham Stallions at 7:30 tomorrow in the inaugural USFL game.
Jesus Christ. Let's see here. Ryan said long articles. He's like, I can't stop watching the Phillies no matter how bad they're being. Yeah, that's the thing with me, right? Like a lot of us at ATD, I know, like me, Tom, Greg, Sweeps, Wilson, like we're just big baseball fans in general. Yep. So even if the Phillies are bad, we're gonna watch regardless, just because we're baseball junkies. Yep. Ryan says they're hitting, but not important spots. Yeah, and me and Tom were talking the other night. I'm like, they're getting hits. It's just you have runners in scoring position, and you're just not closing in on it. That's the issue. Jason Bennett says agree. Ryan says disagree. It's always this way early. I'm not concerned one bit because it's always the norm. Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
Mike Collins says, Lowell not affecting the Marlins and Mets. Stop the. I don't know who's making excuses, but
who's making excuses?
Yeah, no one's making.
Also, what will the Marlins and Mets be like 60 games in? Like they're not going to be anything either. So
yeah, that I'm not really. I don't know what we're making excuses.
They're playing a team with a completely new lineup.
Yeah, exactly. Ryan says, but I am concerned about them not being a manufacturing run type of team or fundamentally sound when it's needed. they're not a fundamental team. That's my biggest concern.
I mean, my biggest issue with them right now, honestly, watching them every game, and this goes for Bryce and Castellanos is like just generally like this. They're ultra aggressive, which like it's going to be good in a lot of situations because like you're going to see a lot of first pitch fastballs down the middle and shit like that. So like it's going to pay off where it's going to benefit the team.
Mm-hmm.
But like last night in the ninth inning when Bryce just went up hacking at the first pitch.
Yeah.
It like is going to backfire at the end of the day too.
Mm-hmm.
But like you're like every game you're seeing a lot of this where these guys are just being ultra aggressive, swinging at the first pitch. Which, I mean, it is what it is. Like
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. But you're gonna see a lot of it. Like it is what it is. Unfortunately,
As long as you don't swing at 3-0, I'm cool. Like that's like my. I don't care.
I'm with you, Pete. That's my biggest
golden. Nothing. Look, if there's ever something that would make me randomly punch a motherfucker.
Swinging
it's a 3-0 swing.
Yeah.
Just take the pitch. Like, oh my God, now you're at 3-1. Cool. You have a pitch to spare. You're golden.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you.
If he's pitched to 3-0, what are the chances of you're getting that 4-0 or worst case 3-1?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, exactly. Moore also chimes in saying, this has been a brutal last couple of days. And of course it's the Marlins. Moore also says she absolutely agrees. Still early, but pitching isn't great either. That's true. You have inconsistencies with pitching. I mean, it's a long season, so we'll see. Hopefully it improves.
Yes, that would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike says hits with runners in scoring position. Yeah. Please and thank you. Please and thank you.
Runs are nice.
Todd says its growing pains will be okay. Yeah, I hope so.
Yes.
Agreed. Ryan agrees with Pete. A rare sight indeed. Tom Hetrick says overrated lineup.
Get the fuck out of here.
I won't say overrated lineup yet. Talk to me like in 30 or so games.
That's the kind of comments that you make that like I don't understand. Like
I just know you don't know baseball. That's how I know.
You should see these people in groups. Yeah, like you think some of the comments are bad. You should see
1,000%. I feel like a lot of them are trolls, but
there's no doubt some that I'm seeing. I'm like, all right, you don't even believe that. It's that ridiculous with some of these comments. But again, most likely trolls. Ron Bond said, yeah, it sucks, but I'm more concerned about the pitching, especially Nola hitting will come. Yeah, no, and I agree. And I think at this point, Nola, yeah, me and Jimmy were talking about it when I was on the show with him on Monday, and you can check those guys out every Monday, him and Evan. But I agree, Pete. I think at this point he is what he is. He relies on his curveball too much,
which is so weird because, like, you know what Aaron Nola is, and it makes me laugh. He's Wild Thing in Major League 2, where he developed all those new pitches that suck ass.
Yeah,
and all you gotta do is go back to old fucking reliable.
His changeup is elite, like literally.
He doesn't use it.
Yeah.
I honestly would cut bait on him. I would.
Would you really?
I would package him and Bohm, and like whatever prospect you need to, and I would go get Monte or however the fuck you say it.
Oh, I know who you're talking
from
about.
Oakland.
I forget it. Yeah.
Go get I mean, he's to be had. So
I
mean, at the end of the day, like I'm not worried about losing Bohm because, I mean, realistically, like you're watching him not have a position on this team because they know they can't play him at third defensively.
Right. Yep.
So.
Mike also says Phillies lead off double, 0 runs. This is becoming the new trend. Yeah. Right now it is. Yeah, absolutely. Ryan says, regardless, I don't want Schwarber, even if he can be the hottest player in baseball during a stretch. I don't like home runs or nothing, guys. I understand that.
But that's the game. Welcome to Major League Baseball.
Chuck's Moran
Chucks.
and Birds of a Feather. You can check him out on Thursday. They had a great interview with Matt Walden yesterday, NFL draft expert. Great interview. And they'll be covering a lot of the NFL draft. Obviously, that starts in 2 weeks. We'll be having a little mock draft.
Draft anyone but Jameson.
We'll be having a little mock draft show next week. But yeah, if you want all your draft stuff, draft knowledge, and draft info,
No CLs.
Right to Birds of a Feather on Thursday night. And yeah, Phillies are down 7-0, top of the 7th. 1 out. Stotts up with 2 strikes. Brian says pressure situations, over swinging and thinking too much. They're not fundamentally sound. There may be a manufacturing run type team, but not being able to do it at all is a concern. It's a big problem. Like the big issue is, and me and Dan have talked about it. Me and Tom have talked about it. They're just looking for that home run. That's what they're looking for every time. They're not just looking to get hits. They're just looking to pull the baseball every time. That's the issue. So I don't know if that's on our hitting coach, or it's just kind of just how it's went just because of spring training. But we'll see. I'll give it a couple more games before I'm legit worried about it.
Couple
Ryan
more.
also says,
a couple 30.
That's too during the World Series year, talking about they had a losing record before they went to the World Series. That's also true. Mads 1516 says Phil's give up too many outs per game. Yeah, but again, that's baseball. So strikeouts are at like an all-time high.
You fuckers! How dare you give up 27 per game?
Yeah. Morris says, imagine if there was no comeback against the Mets. Yeah. Then you're talking about
That'd be really bad.
5-game losing streak and you get swept by the Mets. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we have. Tom says we stink again.
Oh no, we suck again.
Yep. Blue City Ember Sports says
Yes,
Miami Marlins
yes,
and the Phillies. Yep. Yep. For whatever reason, it doesn't matter how good or bad our team is. It's just that for whatever reason, that's been the last trend over the past 4 or 5 years. For whatever reason, I have no clue. Moore says, are you the Blob mascot?
Yes, I am, Moira.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I meant to ask you this earlier, Pete. If I can find it. There it is.
That mascot?
Yeah.
I didn't think anything could get scarier than fucking Gritty, man.
Yeah.
Gritty looks like he sells crack to kids, okay?
Well he probably sells it to this thing because...
Yeah. Pete, what the fuck is that?
Come on.
What the fuck is that?
Look, man, he looks like a very family-friendly kid that, your kid could snuggle with. I don't know.
Cracked out bad.
I'm not seeing the problem. He seems like a swell guy.
I don't even know what this is. I have to get it off my screen. I can't with this.
Dan, you have kids. I'm sure they'd love a mini blob.
Yeah, big mini devil thing.
Well, they
kids,
love Gritty, so that tells you everything you need to know.
Exactly. So they're fine. So fun fact, I actually was friends with the guy who used to be the Phantoms mascot. And he was telling me a story once about how he was supposed to be Gritty, and they was coming up with the whole character for the new Flyers mascot. He was super excited, and I guess the Flyers called him up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're that shit's done. This is Gritty. You're not hired." Yeah, he's also a member of the Galapagos gang, which makes me laugh.
The Galapagos gang. I think I did hear about that.
Which that whole thing is that that also is a bunch of weird, creepy things.
Dude, Matt Frierling can't catch a break.
He's horrific.
It's
Horrific.
insane.
Like, why not Mick?
Insane.
So I made excuses for him because I'm like, all right, well, at least his defense is decent.
Yeah.
And then he did the shit last night. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck this.
Cost us 2 runs.
He's 0 what? 0-14 right now, I think.
something like that.
Something
Yeah.
like that. He's at the plate right now. Like he's getting hits. It's just they're all foul balls. Bang. Oh wait. Oh. Bounced off the. As soon as I said it, he was about to get a home run. Oh no. We have a special guest on the back end. I'll let him introduce himself when he gets a moment. Of course, I mentioned mascot that he pops in here. Not surprised. Not surprised at all.
Wait, what are you referring to?
Huh?
Who are you talking about with who's trying to be gritty?
Oh, hold on a moment. Let me.
That's for Pete.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, he was a dude I was buddies with when I was a substitute teacher, and he was just randomly telling me how he was almost gritty.
Are you talking about Mike Hart?
Maybe. Look, man, that is a very family-friendly mascot.
Yeah, it's Blob. That's legit his name.
Is that what his name?
That's his name. They put it up to a. They actually put it up to a fan vote. It was actually.
I did see the Twitter poll. I did see that. I didn't.
Yeah,
think Blob
and Blob won.
Okay, I'm all about it now.
So yes,
Fear the Blob.
It's just Blob, and I mean, I don't like the design, but I absolutely love the name. That's all I gotta say.
I love the name.
I mean, isn't it like the equivalent of what they let that one kid pick the name of the Honey Nut Cheerios bee, and they just called him Buzz Bee? Like he won a contest where he got to name the fucking thing, and he's like, you know what, Buzz Bee. That's his name, Buzz Bee.
Yeah, I mean, it could be weird. They could have just named it Keith.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, just give him a generic name. Yeah.
Hey, Jake.
Yeah, just the most basic names ever. It's like, hey, it's our hip new mascot, Keith.
That's actually a really cool name. I like Keith.
Coming out of the tunnel is the team's mascot, Kyle.
Oh my God, only douchebags are named Kyle. Actually, their last name starts with an M.
Yeah, let's not speak about that guy. So,
Yeah,
anyways,
let's
I heard mascot. I heard you talking about the Phantom's mascot. So I just wanted to drop in and yeah.
Appreciate it, Frank.
Yeah, I just love the coincidence that you actually knew the Phantom's mascot as well, and our friends the Galapagos gang. So
Fucking weirdos.
I bid y'all adieu.
All right, Frank.
All right.
Oh, he actually left. Okay, but it's Frank Vespi from A2D Wednesday night. They do a great job over there, and Frank is a big fan of mascots. All right, so let's rally it back in here. Ryan's asking Tom why his YouTube A2D comment thing isn't working. Ryan, I think it just might be your YouTube account. To be honest with you, if it's not popping up and no one else is seeing it, I don't know what the issue is. Could be just a YouTube issue. Postman says Joe Girardi doesn't want to burn his bullpen. It's the 8th game. They haven't done. Yeah. No, you're not wrong. Not wrong at all. Joseph Orkovsky says, I think I got that name right. Orkovsky, but he says both starting in 0-0 on Saturday. Which team wins four first? Phillies or Sixers? That's a tough question, actually.
The Stars.
I actually like that. That's.
I really like that question.
Yeah.
Both teams start at 0 on Saturday. Which team wins 4 first? Phillies or Sixers?
Sixers.
I'm gonna say Phillies, but I don't think the Sixers are far behind because I do think they won the series. And
yeah, I think it's gonna be close, and we'll get to our previews of that in a little bit, but let's see here. Blue City Empire Sports says the Phillies are 12 wins and 19 losses against the Marlins. In what would that span be?
Oh, hi, Nightmare.
What would that span be? Mr. Wing says 7-0, referring to the Miami Marlins score. Mr. Wing also says the problem is They're all trying to hit home runs. Yeah, they're pulling the baseball. That's the issue. That's the big issue. Frank Vespi, who was just on with us earlier, said maybe we should have we should have spent more of that stupid money on some pitch. Yeah, I mean
they did. They just expected their ace to be an ace.
Yeah. You gotta love it.
Not particularly.
Rob Brinkman from the Sport Towns on Monday night says, I'm frustrated, but I'm going to preach patience. And coming from Brinkman,
pot calling the kettle black.
I was going to say, go for Brinkman preaching patience. That's
hypocritical person I've ever seen in my life.
Frank Vespi says, with this offense, I have never seen more Ks on a field since that I drove down rural Kentucky. Oh, my God. Down rural Kentucky. Like aggressiveness, but easy, fellas. Yeah, no. Ryan also says Phillies need a combination of Bobby Abreu, Chase Utley. I get where you're coming from.
3 out of those 4 were nobody liked. So what does that have to do with anything?
All right, you have Phillies are down 7-0 still, top of the 7th. You have runners on second and third. Kyle Schwarber's up to bat, 2 strikes. Let's see what he gets here. And nothing. Foul ball. Frank also says star season. Julian C. says, fuck this organization. I blame the players now. Phillies have been around 117 years, made the playoffs 14. I don't think that's accurate. 14 times? I don't think that's accurate.
Okay.
14 times. That can't be accurate. No, that can't be accurate. 14 times in 117 years?
Yeah, he's correct. He's correct, actually.
Is he actually?
Yeah, that was I literally saw the stat earlier in the day from a blue check mark.
Interesting. 14 times. That just sounds low to me.
Yeah.
Frank says it's Blob.
Blobby!
Definitely a crack mascot.
Don't
Bryce Blackwell says
Blobby the Blob.
Nick says evening. What's up, Nick?
Well, another inning.
Strikeout. Now there was a stat here. Hold on a minute. Since the Phillies have gone scoreless.
Look, if I'm going to do crack for the first time, I might as well do it with someone who looks like an extra from Monsters Incorporated, okay?
Jesus Christ.
God.
A little too morbid for you, Dan?
No, I actually think that was pretty fucking funny because it's spot on.
See, now I'm gonna look at the thing for Monsters Inc. Now. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Yes.
The little horns or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
He's probably going to be in the next season of the Monsters Inc. show on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That's actually really funny. Now that I think about it. So the stat I saw on Twitter from Alex Carr MLB says 19 of the Phillies' 28 runs have come in the sixth inning or later.
You'll be hard pressed to find a better Phillies account than Alex.
Yeah.
Say that again. Wait, say that again.
So it was 19 of the Phillies' 28 runs have come in the 6th inning or later.
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's not
It's
a bad
not.
thing, but
I think the whole point is by the time that you need those runs, it's a little too late.
yeah,
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
it's already out of hand.
I mean, definitely.
I mean, unless you talk about the first inning yesterday, that was nice. I'm like, okay, we're gonna. It's gonna be one of these games where we
you're
hit
basically stating within the first 7 games and through 5, you've scored 7 runs.
Yeah.
I mean, we're literally talking about a sport that's predicated on failure, though. Like you fail.
No,
more than
I
you succeed.
understand, but it's just
No.
not a good look.
I'm just saying in general, like
Yeah.
for the people that are losing their fucking mind on this team already, like
Fuck you, Bryce.
just put it into perspective and.
Yeah, I'm not even.
signed Manny Machado.
I mean, if you wanted to spend stupid money, you could have gotten Manny, but
Could have got both.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got over $1 billion from that Comcast deal. So what are we talking about? Ryan Swope says you cook. I don't know who that's in reference to.
I don't understand.
Oh, never mind. I got it now. Don says, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Don?
What's up, Don?
More Pete molded young kids' minds."
I was actually the substitute teacher of the year for 3 years in a row.
Wait,
because I actually
Is that a legit thing?
Yes, it was a legit thing at the high school I taught. I was a substitute teacher at. I was there all the time, and for 3 years in a row, I was the substitute teacher of the year.
Are you serious? You have a teaching degree?
I have I have a substitute teaching degree.
That's a thing. I thought.
It's like a certificate. Like I never got my full teaching degree. It was just too. I just couldn't get it done, sadly.
Interesting.
This whole time I didn't know this about you. My wife's an assistant principal, and I didn't even know this about you.
Yeah, I mean,
interesting.
It got so out of hand that they even the last year I was doing it, they stopped actually giving out the poll, and they're just like, "You won." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Wasn't in the city, was it?
In where?
Like no, my wife's like in Philly.
No, he's from Jersey.
Yeah, he's from Jersey.
Yeah. All right, you got a cake then. That's what's up, though. That's cool.
Ryan says Joey freaking Wendell, the hometown kid, killing the. Yeah, and that's usually how it goes. That's usually how it goes, Ray. Don saying, "What's up to Tom?" Nick says, "Noah will never be an ace." No.
He's not an ace anymore. He was.
He had that one season where I'm like, okay,
year.
yeah, that 1 year where he made the All-Star game. We're like, wow, we have an ace.
I think he was second in Cy Young voting too.
Yep.
Yeah. I think he would have won it too if
2019, I think.
Yep. I was at that Mets game where it was like one of the last remaining games. He went against DeGrom.
And then it went to shit.
Yep.
Ryan says, before I became an A2D member on YouTube, my YouTube would work for you guys. Since I became a member, it hasn't worked. Yeah, I don't know anyone with that issue, right? You might have to just talk to YouTube. Yeah, because I don't know any of our members that have that issue. It's like an isolated issue. Mr. Brink says Marlins are doing pitching change. Yeah, with a 7-0 lead, disrespectful. Oh no! Now Joseph's hopping in on the party. Here we go. We'll get to it in a minute. Strikeout frustrating. He already saw it.
I love it.
I love how this has become a trend.
Oh shit!
I love the people that watch our shows. They're assholes just like me. I love it. Phillies are down, still 7-0, bottom of the seventh. We're about to get swept by the Marlins, aren't we? I mean, it's still 2 games left in a 4-game series, but the last 2 games, it hasn't looked too good. So,
Mets played early. Did the Mets played early yesterday, or they play early today? I know they won big yesterday. I think.
Did they win big yesterday?
Their general audition for.
I think it was like a day game, and they won like 10-1 or 10-2 or something. That might.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah, no, that was today. They won 10-3 today against the D-backs.
10-3. Wow. I'm guessing Pete Alonso had a big day.
I saw Lindor had a home run.
Oh, good for him.
Off to a hot start for them.
Yeah, good for him, because I know last year he was struggling. He struggled last year, so.
That's my guy, Jeff LJ Lloyd from the Lockdown Browns. That's his boy. Like, he loves that guy.
Who, Lindor?
No, Pete Alonso.
Oh, I don't know how you can't. The dude's a stud.
He's a diehard Mets guy.
Is he? He's a Browns guy and a Met. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't stand him because he's a fucking Met.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's one of those guys you'd love to have.
Yep.
Oh, no doubt.
You'd love to have him.
But next to like Cowboys, like Mets is literally right there for me. in terms of teams.
Yeah.
It's because they're like their fans always just.
I was gonna say
fucking,
the Mets don't bother me. It's their fan base that's just annoying.
Yeah.
But I mean, they haven't won anything either in how long?
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, they were in the World Series not that long ago, but
They were in the World Series a couple times.
yeah, but nothing. But bottom of the seventh, 2 outs, 2 strikes. See if we can close out the seventh on a good note. Probably won't happen. And
Nope.
Yeah, nothing. But let's see. Moore also says, I don't think the Mets like their fans either. Yeah, did you see that video that was going around too? By the way,
Yeah,
about Mets fans?
yeah. Dude was being a douchebag, and the Phillies fan who was also being
He
a
threw his
douchebag.
phone.
Also, because I was talking to people about this, and they're just like I don't think the Phillies fan should have threw the guy's phone. But however, you're running your mouth at an opposing stadium.
Yeah.
He put his
What
phone
the
in his
fuck
face.
did you think was going to happen?
No, he was putting his phone in his face. Like if you're gonna put your fucking phone in my face, like talking shit, then yeah, you're gonna get your fucking like. I probably wouldn't have done that like per se.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah,
yeah, don't fucking right to throw the fucking shit.
No,
Like, get it out of my
I'm not.
fucking face.
I'm not saying that he wasn't justified. I wouldn't have gone and done anything just because.
No, neither would I.
It's just going to give us a bad look. But you're running your mouth and you're trying to get to act like you're a badass in opposing stadium. What the fuck did you think was going to happen?
Well, the video that was kind of circulated around, I found the full video, and it was like throughout innings, like a guy had like a full thing of this guy just acting like a jackass, like he was shoving people and like that whole thing, putting his phone in their face and just being ignorant. So it was probably a thing that boiled over time. So the guy's just like, yoink.
You say they I forget who did it, but they had an interview between the guy, the Mets fan and then the Phillies fan.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. And they first asked the Met fan, they were like, if you had an opportunity to do it over, like, would you have like, not have been like so, like disrespectful and like changed your tune and shit like that? He's like, well, yeah, I would have, but I preface this by saying like, I would hope that like, he would have, not thrown my phone. And then the guy that was like asking the question or whatever, he's like, well, let me ask you, would you have not thrown his phone? He's like, no, I would have still thrown his fucking phone. Like, you're in my fucking stadium. I was like, yes.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I was like, I fucking love that.
See, here's the thing. I'm very, 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 very. I don't like touching. Makes me uncomfortable. I especially don't like people in my personal bubble.
Yeah, if you put your hands on.
So if those two things occur, and I don't know you at all, there's gonna be fucking problems.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like I'm not only am I throwing your phone, I'm putting it in my beer and then I'm throwing it. So not only are you gonna have a cracked phone, you're gonna have a phone that's water wet and you can't fucking use it. So fuck you.
Yeah. No, listen, I hear you. Like if it's someone I know, I don't care as much. It's whatever. Like they're just fucking with me. It's no big deal. But if it's some guy, like just some random dude I don't know, yeah, we're gonna have a problem.
It's like my dad says, don't catch checks, your tush can't bounce.
Yep. Jesse Davis says you.
Yes. We're growing.
Jesus Christ.
God. Now Pete all of a sudden has everyone on his side now. Jesse's been, I think, the longest supporter of this.
We're gonna
Got
have
you.
Show. Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be a whole
weekly fucking show.
Just USFL updates. Oh Lord. Yeah, USFL and XFL whenever that comes back. That whole.
I mean, once they get their like little lawsuit figured out,
they figured
I like the coaches that they're bringing into the.
I won't lie. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, I read their list. I was like, wow.
Wade Phillips like headlining it, like that's pretty big.
That's kind of cool. I like
Wade Phillips is like what though, like 85?
Oh, he's old as fuck. Yeah,
he's 164. Okay,
he's trying to get paid again.
Yeah,
so I don't blame him. Was Rodney Harris? No, it wasn't Rodney Harrison. Who the fuck?
It was Rodney Harrison. Oh wait, no.
No, it was Woodson. Rod Woodson.
Rod Woodson, and then
Hines Ward.
Hines Ward, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking big, man. Like they're
Yeah.
big names. Like
Yeah,
that's
you got legit coaches and like
Well,
former
I wouldn't say legit coaches. They got names.
names. Well, that's what you need
Yeah.
to do, especially when you're bringing back a league and that whole thing. So
yeah.
you kind of need to do that. And then you have Terrell Owens and Johnny Manziel going to that fan-controlled league or
Yes.
whatever.
Look, man, whoever thought to themselves you're going to see Johnny Football throw the TO, okay?
Is that shit on TV?
I'll watch every fucking week. Are you kidding me?
Are they gonna televise that?
I think so, yeah.
Well, I know
I'll
they
watch
what do you call it too? Like a couple of years ago, it was like it wasn't that popular, but it was a thing to where it was like a fan-controlled league, but how it was live streamed, and then a little panel would come up with 3 plays, and the fans would vote on which play to run next, and then whatever the most popular play was, that play would be ran. And I mean, it seems like that's what this league's going to be, so should be a lot of fun. Jesse says, can't wait for the show tomorrow. If Harden drops 12 points, yeah, well, buckle up, Jesse, because I'm not too confident. At least compared to some other people here, I'm not that confident. I still think they could win, or there's a really good chance that they can win the series, but it wouldn't shock me if they lost either. Moore says it was a Water Boys, I think, talking about the video. Matt's 1516 says at least 30% were Mets fans. John Adcock says Phillies need Brett Phillips. Brett Phillips. Doesn't really do it for me. Nick says phone toss on the field is only better than getting rolled down the steps of the 700 level at the vet. That's true. So if it gets rolled down there, it's in a million pieces, and you're just going down the stairs.
You're getting STDs and tetanus just from touching those steps.
Yeah. Good.
And you're getting thrown in jail.
So
I only heard that story at least once a week. Well, son, they have a jail. The only stadium that has a jail. Did you know they have a jail? Yes, Dad. I know they have a jail because you've told me 6 billion fucking times.
The Link has one too. The Link has one. I think the Philly Stadium has one. I think I could be wrong.
No, they don't. They have a booking area. The reason
that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
Because I was in it in 2007.
What did you do, young man?
Underage drinking. Me and my buddy, we got caught with fake IDs, and then the next morning we had to go to Philadelphia court and do like
Alcoholics Anonymous.
15. No, we did like 15 hours of community service, and then it was
whatever.
Well, you need a better.
It wasn't even on my record or whatever. So like, if you apparently. Like for shit like that, like you're not even arrested. It's just like a citation. It's basically a citation.
It's whatever. It's not a big deal.
It was weird though, because like they put you on the elevator. You like go down like below everything.
And, the freight elevator. Yeah.
Like me and my buddy were like, "What the fuck is going on, dude?" We're like, "Fuck." And I was cool. The shitty part was, so we both had fake IDs. I was cool. I got my drink, and this was like probably like the 3rd or 4th time we went to get a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my drink, got back in the seat, and then he comes back, and as he's coming back and getting ready to sit down, one of the ushers grabs him.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, fuck. He's like, you gotta come with me. He's like, you with him? And I was like, what am I gonna do? Fucking lie?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. He's like, you gotta come too.
God damn it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What?
Alvin Kamara just got released by the Saints.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yes.
Where is this coming from on Twitter?
Marvin James II just tweeted it.
Who is that?
Yeah.
Whoever the fuck that is.
Oh, hold on. Journalism via ESPN. Who is this guy? I mean, he's hold on.
He could be verified, but let's wait to see.
Exactly.
People. Like once I see it from Schefter or someone.
Yeah, and everyone's saying, why is this not getting identified? Yeah. We'll see.
That shit could be. Wow. I mean, would it shock me if it actually happens? No.
I'll take him in a second. his
Wow,
legal
I
stuff
mean,
clears.
he's got legal issues to fix.
Yeah, I was gonna say if his legal stuff's cleared.
Yeah, that
then,
would be huge for us.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
gladly take Alvin.
No. I'm saying for next year, like our pick.
Oh
this-
yeah.
exactly. See, Dan, this is why Dan's the smart one.
I'm just saying, like
Phillies are on the board.
That's why everyone's like, "Oh man, it was such a bad trade." I'm like, please trade that for a quarterback. Please trade for a quarterback. Please trade for a quarterback.
Nick Castellanos with a home run. Still a home
Castellanos.
run, but
He's the only one that cares.
hey, listen, we didn't get shut out.
was he first pitch swinging? I turned it off.
Well, maybe. I don't know what the out count was. Or the
No.
yeah, I don't know what the pitch count was.
No, it wasn't first pitch swing. He
Let
went
me
opposite
see
field.
see the swing real quick. Yeah, I just love his swing. I love Nick's swing.
He's a Miami kid too, so
Oh, is he?
or a Florida kid, I should say.
Oh, okay.
He clearly had family there because he's pointing in the crowd.
Yeah.
Donda, just can't wait for USFL. Let's go.
They know where it's at.
Should've came back to
Yes.
Pat Johnson. ASMR says, "What up, fam? Please save me from giving up on this team. It's only 7 games. Let's not.
7 games. What's there to give up?
Yeah, let's not get crazy now. If we get to like game let's say like game 25, game 30, and they're still struggling, then okay. Then I might have to have that conversation. But no, it's still so early. I'm not gonna.
I've had colds that could last longer than this slump. Like, come on now. Like,
Yeah, Didi stunk last year, and this year it's just oof. It ain't good.
yeah. I mean, well, thankfully he won't be back here.
Mr. Wiggs says Jesus feet in front of students.
I was.
I'm a vice principal. Are you really, Mr. Wing? Really?
Wow, that's cool, man.
That's
Those
cool.
poor
Yeah.
kids.
My wife kind of just fell into the position in terms of like growing, but
Well, she's a principal, right?
she's a vice principal right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, that's actually a cartoon character, Principal.
Well, they say there's only one thing worse than being a principal. It's a vice principal because you get the, all
You get the shit end of the stick with everything.
Exactly.
Probably.
Yeah.
The principal's like, I don't want to deal with this here. Handle it. Mr. Wing, are you like middle school, elementary school? Like what is let's
Yeah, if you can give the deets, what's the deets?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to give like your district or anything.
Yeah.
But Mr. Wigg says enjoying the end of spring break. Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Did you go anywhere, Mr. Wing? Did you do anything or just kind of stayed home? What's that? I'm not against either. It's what do you call it? My girlfriend's a teacher too, so she's in Nashville with her friends right now, kind of enjoying the remaining time of spring break.
Ruh-roh.
That's what do you call it? It's for her friend's bachelorette party.
Is that what we call it?
Oh,
He said, "That's actually our next." Me and my wife were just talking about that. Since we had like 4 or 5 days to ourselves, that's our next travel spot.
No. That's different when it's a couple going, as opposed to.
I would let my
boyfriend.
my wife go too.
I don't care.
I mean, I get some time by myself. See
Exactly.
Ya,
Yeah.
bye.
Right. Bye. See
I'm
ya.
gonna play MLB The Show for a week.
Right?
Yeah. For anyone that has,
you know what, honey? Why don't you go to Iowa? Iowa sounds like a really fun place to go to. It's like it's great. Like it's like Vegas. Yeah. Are you sure? Are you sure? I just don't think you're gonna have fun.
Just doesn't seem like your kind of thing.
Yeah, it does. You know what seems like your type of thing? Salt Lake City. It's like or whatever boring ass. You know what? Yeah. You know what's a really boring place where the Basketball Hall of Fame is? Springfield, Connecticut is the worst place in the history of mankind. I have never been so bored in my fucking life.
In Utah?
No, in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Oh. Yeah, you got to go to Boston.
Well, I am going to Boston, so.
I know you are. You told me.
You, Augustana. which we
been to
can't do.
Cheers.
Where's that Springfield, Mass?
Go to Cheers, Pete.
I will. So these are our itineraries. So I'm leaving work tomorrow at 3, driving down, going to Wahlburgers, going to see the Batman. Then
You haven't seen it yet?
no, I've already seen it 3 times.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I've already seen it 3 times. So then we got tickets to the Red Sox the next day,
Nice.
and then we're going to Cheers before I head home.
There you go.
So Monday, I'm just gonna be passed out at my desk.
It's a good weekend, man.
It's gonna be a fucking blast, dude. I got 2 tickets to the Sox for under $65.
Fun fact: Springfield, Mass is where Dr. Seuss is from.
This is true.
Thanks.
I
Matt.
made this. The only fun thing about that trip, other than when we were at because I went to the hall to go watch AI get inducted, and I got to meet Pat Croce,
That's cool.
which was awesome. But like, I had also been to the Baseball Hall of Fame, which the whole city, the whole town is just super fun.
Mm-hmm.
That is not. The only non-basketball fun thing I had was I made a joke about Shelbyville is probably better, and some random townsperson laughed.
Pete, that Marvin L. James's tweet was deleted. So
Boo!
either A, something got leaked out too early, or he was getting too much
Correct.
shit for it. Yeah.
It's got to be true. It's got to be true because then
Oh, it just makes it
I would love
interesting.
it.
Makes it interesting if he deleted it because that
I'll
leads you up
pick.
to speculation.
Bryce Young season.
Oh my god.
Or
Yeah,
I mean, what's it? Jalen Hurts is working with Tom House of all people, so you know what? Maybe he's gonna step it up.
That's what I said.
I mean,
That's what I said on Monday.
if
That's
you can
huge.
help him in terms of his decision making, I'm all about it. His arm ain't going to change, but
No, you're right. But and I brought this up
I'm
to
being-
Jimmy on Monday was that going into Carson's second year, Carson worked with Tom House, and you
Yep.
know what happened with Carson.
That's
I'm not
after-
gonna say Jalen's gonna make that kind of jump,
right.
but it's just
Can he
yeah,
just
so-
like if the arm is what he is, like I can live with it. I honestly can. If he's just smarter with the football and making better reads, that clears up so much of his fucking issues.
Yeah, and I expect him to get better next year. Like he can't be any. I don't think he'll get worse, especially
And-
with another weapon that will potentially bring in the draft.
Yep.
So,
Well, I don't care what anyone says. I'll take Zach Pascal over Jalen Reagor any day of the week.
well, that's not even a hot take. That's
It's,
just
but I literally people are like, oh, we haven't done anything. Like you got Zach Pascal. He's like, he's not anything. I said he was solid before Wentz showed up.
yeah. He
I
had like 600 yards his first year. I did
He's.
see that.
I'm going to be honest. Like he doesn't do anything for me. Like in terms
No,
of
And
like,
like,
it's
I
nothing-
completely understand that. But at the end of the day, he is taking snaps away from Jalen Reagor, so he might as well be fucking Larry Fitzgerald to me.
I mean, I won't disagree with you. I got to see it.
SMR says you believe in the interest. in
No,
Murray.
I mean,
No.
because I would
Right.
love Murray on here if the deal was right, but I feel like their whole thinking was Murray looked just as bad as Hurts in the playoffs. So what's the purpose of trading for him?
Yeah. And my thing is too, like when you see Murray go down the stretch of seasons, like he either gets hurt,
He
or
chokes.
it's kinda- yeah, exactly. So
It's hot in the beginning, and then at the second.
Those
half of the
final
season,
4 or 5
horrible.
games, he
he
Yep.
just stinks. For what and again, I get like Arizona's line isn't that great, but at the same time, it's just
if the Dallas Cowboys were a human being, they would be Kyle Murray.
Mhm.
Well, see, the thing is too, there's a lot more going on than just a contract issue with the Arizona Cardinals. I think there's a personality issue too, is when you're talking about Kyler Murray.
Like I said, I always thought he was going to be better at baseball than football, and people thought I was
School
crazy.
District of Philadelphia. That's interesting.
My guy.
Yeah.
All right. Respect for what you deal with on a daily basis, because
Yeah.
Hope you're
I
strapped.
hear about it firsthand from my wife. So a lot of respect for you and what you do on a daily basis.
Wait, are we talking
Right.
Glock or like Colt 45?
It depends on where he's at in the city.
That's true too.
Or
Depends
are
on
we
what's
just going like
going-
full off sawed off?
Anything's possible.
Love my kids. Yep. I bet you do, man. especially for what you do. Seriously.
Yeah, exactly. That's a lot. It's a lot. And then in any school district, it's a lot, especially Philadelphia
Yep.
school district. It's a lot. Manage all those kids, and yeah, it's a lot. Good for you though.
I always run into my former students. It's hilarious.
Do you really?
So, I like, and they don't call me Mr. Young. They'll be like, "Oh, yo, Young Money, what's going on, man?"
Young Money.
So when I was a substitute, I knew I needed to. I randomly called myself Young Money one time, and
it just stuck.
It clicked with all these kids. So I was just like,
funny.
"Oh, it's working! Like, why don't I rap and get them like energized?"
Oh my god.
So I would literally do awful raps, and they would eat the shit out of it.
That's so funny.
Like I made like a 20-second rap, and then they would become obsessed with it to where they're like, "Oh, if you do the rap, I'll do whatever. I'll do my work." I'm like, "Sure, whatever, go for it."
See, and that's a cool thing too, and we'll get into the Sixers first round preview. But like, there's nothing like a cool teacher.
Yeah.
And like when you're a kid, especially Mr. Wing's example, like if you're in high school or middle school or whatever, like when you're a kid, those teachers stick with you forever. Like you always remember that cool ass teacher that you had. Doesn't matter what grade it is, you always remember that cool ass teacher.
I mean,
Blob. Differentiating instruction. Hey, I mean, whatever gets them to do their work, I'm not mad at it.
Dude, seriously, like I would do anything and everything to get them to get their shit done. Me doing a 30-second rap and like manipulating kids. It was easy. Like, are you serious? Like, I had a bunch of a class of 30 rowdy teenagers who were pains in the asses. And I got them to do whatever I wanted by a 20-second rap they had all heard 6 billion fucking times.
Yeah. That's the thing with like middle school and high school kids. Like,
and now I can't. There was literally a point where I couldn't go in the Cherry Hill, like anywhere in Cherry Hill, without kids running into me. I went to a movie with my best friend, and like 20 of my students were like, "Yo, it's Young Money. You gonna go see the movie with us?" I'm like, "No, don't think so."
No, but thank you.
Yeah, right. It's like I'll be in someone's office Monday morning. They'll be like, "Why were you there with the kids?" I'm like, "I wasn't. They were just there.
They just happened to be there at the same time I was."
Yeah, right. People are crazy.
Yeah, people make something out of anything. But all right, let's get into the Sixers second round preview, and we'll.
Wait, Jake. What did you just say?
Sixers first round preview.
No, that's not what you said.
I know, I said second round by accident.
Which means it's time for the 2-minute warning.
Oh my god.
The 2-minute warning. The USFL starts this weekend. You have the Jersey Generals versus the Birmingham Stallions, the Houston Gamblers versus the Michigan Panthers, the Stars versus the Breakers, the Bandits versus the Maulers. Who's ready? Not to mention, you have amazing rules, such as 3-point attempts.
Their fucking drink.
Overtime that doesn't make me want to kill myself. And kickoffs that don't suck. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2-minute warning.
God. Wasn't even 2 minutes, but well done. Young Money.
Yes. Okay. It worked.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it works. That's all that matters. Todd, I just sent you the link, by the way. And if anyone else wants to hop on, by all means.
Did you release your picks there, Pete?
You should have done your pick.
Come on, picks of the week. What are you doing here, Pete? Come on.
For the USFL, let's go.
My picks of the week
Come on.
is clearly the Gamblers are clearly going to win. I got
The Gamblers.
I got the Generals over the Stallions, the Stars over the Breakers, and of course the Tampa Bay Bandits over the Maulers. And that's Pete's Picks of the Week.
Let's go.
Well done.
Right.
The first ever USFL Picks of the Weeks.
God.
You're not getting shit like this from anywhere else.
No,
You're
really
Right?
not.
Who else will give you USFL content like this? No one.
Nobody. That's true.
Also, who else is giving you USFL picks like this or content in a fucking USFL t-shirt?
All right, let's move on to the Sixers first round preview, and that is brought to you by, if I can find, there it is. Looking to buy or sell a home, looking for a change in career or brokerage, contact Alan Foy of eXp Realty at 302-682-8820, or visit him at alan.foy@exprealty.com. Alan's a friend of the A2D. He does a great job, great realtor. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home, give him a call or shoot him an email. What up, Todd?
What's up, Todd?
What's up, fam?
Nothing much.
How you
Pete,
feeling?
it's amazing that we keep learning so much about you. The history lessons of Pete. Oh my goodness, Young Money Pete. That's what we learned tonight.
Young Money Pete. God.
I'm,
so funny.
I'm like an onion. I have layers.
Besides that, I mean, like, I don't know what's more embarrassing, knowing that you was called Young Money back in the day, or that damn mascot for the Philadelphia Stars.
I mean, back in the day, like literally 2 years ago. It's all good.
The blob.
You know, they should get copyrighted. Adam Sandler gonna need some money because he was
Blobby.
the first one. Yeah, Blobby from
Oh,
Transylvania.
you're right. Yeah.
That's a good call.
See?
Good call, Todd.
See, this is what grown men had to deal with when they actually got kids, not some made up
doubt.
little mascot that's supposed to entertain the kids.
That's
Okay, I don't know what the hell that thing has to do with the Stars anyway. I mean, it sounds like a bad porno movie. Blobby goes to Philly to see the Stars.
I mean, it still makes more sense than Gritty. So
But everybody got used to Gritty. I think
Everyone hated it
that's
first.
because after a while, we just got used to having the nightmares.
Well, everyone hated it first, and then the next day,
No,
the Penguins.
I
made
feel
fun
like
of it.
nobody. It's not even that anyone hated it. It's that we literally had like fucking nightmares about this thing.
I mean, at least his name makes sense, though. Like his name
Gritty.
makes sense. So like,
He's got gritty.
Here's Gritty.
Yeah, I mean,
He's got gritty.
I mean, you just threw
Look at that. He
like,
looked like he sold crack to fucking Oscar the Grouch. Okay.
okay, and Blobby looked like a reject from Barney. Okay, he didn't
And you
make
like-
the cut.
No,
Like
no,
the- like the
Todd.
Flyer-
He's,
the
he's
Flyers-
a reject. He's a reject from Monsters Inc. Okay, get it right.
you could
Okay.
like you
No,
literally couldn't
no, I'm
have
not
a
going
mascot
even-
for the Flyers, though. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not
What
even
is-
going
what
to
is a
dignify
flyer?
that.
like, what are you gonna have as a mascot for the Flyers? So
Yes. Thanks, man.
Well done.
But I love how that's why I love Frank. Frank makes sure he puts local MMA content.
Well done. Well done. Oh, that's funny. That's awesome.
Who else brings you such quality USFL content? No one else. Subscribe for $9.99.
He also says Todd's movie title sounds like kinky as hell.
I'm just putting the characters together. Your mascot is Blobby. We're in Philadelphia, and we're called the Stars.
Yep.
And I actually watched that preseason game. Well, at least the highlights. Oh yeah, it's gonna be an exciting season already. Overtime. Over a
Good.
16-12 game.
I can sense the sarcasm from your it's all the way over here and here.
I tell you.
I get those kinks out, man.
I tell you. I tell you.
I fucking
I
love
tell
it.
you.
I love it.
It's gonna be more exciting than paint drying on the wall. I'll tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna see. I can see the fans were really excited for that off-season or preseason game. Had two fans in the stands. Had literally two,
Preseason. Nobody cares about preseason.
and they literally was fighting over a hot dog.
Damn right, hot dogs are yummy and delicious,
God.
and a part of an American tradition.
Not this USFL. I don't know if that's going to last longer for our American tradition.
It'll last at least 3 years.
With your fingers and toes crossed, there, Young Money. But let's go ahead and get to the Sixers talk, because we already, there's no need to beat a dead horse about what's going on with the Phillies anyway.
Yeah. Yep. Still down 7.
Well,
I will actually head up to you guys. I'm actually heading out because I gotta get on the road tomorrow. And
all right, Pete.
Wait, no, we got to get your Sixers.
Yeah, at least give us your preview.
yeah, give your Sixers, man.
Like you can just be like,
you're not getting
what do you
off that
expect
easy.
what do you expect to see tomorrow, or what do you?
No, what's your outlook on the
let
series?
me see. I expect them to win. Surprisingly,
The series?
I expect them to make it difficult.
Okay.
I expect them to give me headaches.
Mm-hmm.
I expect them to thank me for not having to watch it. Harden's going to give everyone a headache. Embiid will do exactly what Embiid does. He'll probably give you like 30 and 12. Maxey will probably give you like 20 and 8 or whatever it is. And then Tobias will just piss everyone off by just existing. And Fible will have a t-shirt that says, "Hi, I'm here."
I am here. Yeah.
I contributed nothing.
Basically.
So
you think they win the game, or you think they win the series?
I think they win
What's
the
the
series, and B, I think they win the game.
Okay.
All right, Pete, get the hell out of here.
Have fun
All
in
right.
Boston.
I'm off to Boston. Good night,
Later, Young
everybody.
Money.
Later, Pete.
Young Money Pete
Young Money Pete.
with a minute and a half of USFL updating.
Well,
Go ahead, Todd.
His contact name is going to get changed real quick.
Young Money.
Young Money.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
And you know it.
Exactly.
That's all I can think of.
Thank you.
Go it. See, now I'm going to have to listen to that song as soon as I get off here.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, that's how my brain is just feeling. I'm just looking at Pete and just like, Young Money.
Carter 3.
Songs.
It's the Carter 3 all over again.
What was that that rock song that Lil Wayne was featured on?
He had a stretch
Jesus.
where he was in like a whole rock thing for a while.
Yeah.
Hot Revolver was one.
Was it?
But it was
but
he was the feature. It was just that it was, I know it was a summer song, and it was just used for everything, especially like during the NBA finals at that time.
I don't know.
But I think it was like I Wanna Rock or something like that. I think that's who Lil Wayne collabed with. And I think that was Pete's little alter ego.
Oh, Let It Rock. Okay. Yeah.
Kevin
Okay.
Rudolph?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm picturing in my head. Pete and Lil Wayne just, like, that's their number one song right there.
God. That'd actually be hilarious.
But there we go.
How you feeling about the series, Todd? What's your
But no, I mean, I'm just nervous about this series because is this a prove it? You got Doc and James. We brought them here. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Embiid, I mean, the debate about MVP, I mean, we gotta have to put that to a side. I mean, if he gets it, he gets it. He don't, he don't. Right now, we're just trying to see if we can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Because this, the Nets started to come on strong. The Celtics are strong. Mm-hmm. Miami, I mean, like this is truly playoff basketball, and I mean I really don't seem like a really easy team, especially how everybody was finishing up the season. So I mean, getting Toronto, I mean, hey, if we get over that hump, I feel very confident. But I mean, I need Harden to show up. I need Doc to actually have a mental aptitude to make sure he's calling the right plays or putting us in the right position or stopping the bleeding when it needs to be stopped. So this is a good matchup, and this is going to be definitely where we're going to need to go for the future. But I got him in 6 though. I do.
Okay. Yeah, I said it the other day, and if you guys watching saw the post we put out this morning, we did our predictions from all the guys at A2D, seeing what they predicted for the series. Some of us had, I think the majority of us had Sixers in 6. That was part of that as well. So for me, Sixers in 6. But I think, like Todd said too, the big thing's going to be Doc Rivers and James Harden. Well, the real question is going to be if these couple days off will help Harden's hamstring, or it's just going to be Harden will be the same Harden he's been the past couple weeks and not the Harden that we got the first 5 games. Now, if we get the Harden that we got the first 5 games, then I think it completely flips everyone's expectations on their head. But I'm not really.
Well, I mean, this see, knowing that this is playoff basketball, I mean, this is where you make the name for yourself. I mean, we don't call it the flu game for nothing, or the, when you know players are hurting or going through something and they still gutted it out, like they leave it all out on the court for the dub. Those what you remember, even during the series. I mean, it doesn't always have to, be directly in the finals or the conferences finals, but if you really show that grit that you really want it, I mean, hell, that's what we're going to remember, especially coming from Harden, how he's just been since he's came here. We got a taste of that all-star of Harden. Then we got the actual why he's been on multiple teams Harden right now. The injury bug, hopefully he's not being like, disengaged or anything like that. That's, I mean, those questions will come into our head when we seen Harden having those 12-point night games, and it makes no fucking sense.
Right.
Like, we're going to be completely honest. I mean, if you're supposed to be that guy, here it is. We, invest in the future, and it's like we need 20-point games.
Yep.
20 or more, it's and like I said, seeing Maxey coming on strong now, making a household name for himself is, we need it. So, but I really just, between him and Doc, I mean, I know the needle goes both ways. Is like as far as making my, nerves go all over the place. They both are my needle movers.
Yep. Yeah. I think the big thing for me is they have to win tomorrow, because I'm just not confident in them winning in Toronto. That's my big thing. Like, if they can steal a game out of Toronto, then I'm fine. But if they can't win these first 2 at home, my doubts start seriously creeping in.
That Thibault does hurt. I mean, come on, man. Like, we still dealing with this COVID crap. I mean, I know everybody got their own opinion, but like, let's truly be honest, man. It's been out for a while.
Canada.
Nobody spontaneously turned inside out. So let's like get back to normal. But
yeah, if it wasn't for Canada, it wouldn't be an issue. Let's just call it is what it is. It's Canada.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They got their own shit going on. They got their own views on it, and you can't really change that aspect of it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that's fact.
At the end of the day, he had his own beliefs about it and what he wanted to do. He got the first shot, and he said he didn't want to get the other one. So,
I mean, again, you're entitled to your opinion, but if you already got the one, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, I'm 1,000%.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
if you already got the one,
right? I feel like anybody would be on the same side as what you're saying, and what I feel the exact same way. Like,
yeah, it just makes no sense.
I don't want to cut you off if you're not done.
No, you're good.
I mean, Todd, you hit it on the head for the most part. In terms of the way I feel, I do at the end of the day feel like this guy, speaking about Harden, he's got something going on in terms of injury wise. You bringing up like, does he want to be here? That's bullshit. I don't want to hear anything about that.
Yeah.
He's with the guy that made him who he is in terms of like, making his career. In terms of Daryl Morey, he got the crazy amount of respect for the guy. So he ain't gonna come here and fuck him over. You can throw that and put whatever.
Oh, you know that. Nah, I'm covering all the bases because you know how the
Right.
media goes.
Oh, no doubt. But you could put money on that. If Morey wants him back here, he will be back here. Now my problem with all this is if he's actually healthy.
Right.
So yeah, I mean this week, what has it been, a little less than a week, whatever, that he's had to rehab here and to just kind of get his legs underneath him and shit like that. It's going to be huge for this team.
Yep.
Because if anybody is paid close attention to how Toronto plays this team, it's no joke. They're all out on Joel.
Yep.
Double, triple team. It's nonstop. So Joel can get 30. It may or may not happen. Right. But at the end of the day, these other guys got to make fucking plays.
Yep.
And if that ain't happening, it's gonna be a quick series. We could lose in 5 or 6.
We could lose in 4.
We could
really lose in 4.
We very well could get
that's why I'm like, don't get me started on like the bench and like, I mean, I don't want to beat on a dead horse about Tobias. I mean, it's
Tobias has been a problem. He's been a problem all year. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a dead horse.
I have seen some encouraging things down the stretch here, like Shake Milton. Whether he actually pulls through in the playoffs or not, it's gonna be a different story. But towards the end of the season here, he's impressed me.
Yep.
He's come along. He's made clutch shots. His jump shot has looked as smooth, and if he can be that, that backup guy from when either Harden or Maxi's off the court, and he can give you 12 to 15 a night in the playoffs, and you're good.
Yep.
The bottom line is, it's going to come down to Harden. He's going to be a very crucial part to the series. But you got, like, at the end of the day, it's going to be whoever Doc is giving these backup center minutes to. Because Joel can do whatever he wants to do on a given night, even if he's doubled or triple teamed for the most part. Because he's going to cover his end on defensive. Like, he's not going to get outmanned defensively. He's going to cover his guy for the most part. I mean, you see it on a nightly basis. He's plus every night. He's never in the negative. So if they got DeAndre Jordan out there every fucking night, and he's doing shit like going back to 2019 when they had Greg Monroe out there against this fucking Toronto team when they had Kawhi, and he's like a minus 18 in 4 minutes, they're fucked.
Yep.
It's seriously. I mean, I'm saying it harshly, but they are screwed.
And I love that you said that, because me and Jimmy were talking about this. What was it, on Monday when I did the show with him on Monday? I'm like, listen, if the Sixers lose in the first round, not only are they fucked, they're the pure staple of dysfunction. And here's why. Theoretically, we lose the first round. Doc's gone. There's a possibility that Daryl Morey could be gone, which I don't think will happen.
I can't put that on Morey though.
Yeah, I can't put it on Morey either. But I don't know what happens with James Harden. I think since you have Daryl Morey, I think they're going to bring Harden back regardless. But
You got to.
Just look at it this way. You'll be going on what, your fourth or fifth coach in 5 years. You're already on your third GM now, right? Third GM since Brett.
I think it's. I think you got it the other way around. I think it'd be fourth or fifth GM.
Right,
third
right.
But yeah.
But like again, you're there's no consistency.
Absolutely.
As far as all that goes.
Yeah.
And when you talk about winning a championship and having a championship caliber franchise,
you're spot on.
You need that sustained success with head coaches, even in the organization. With again, no one talks about it, but you need those guys in the front office who have been there for years. And the Sixers don't have that. And we could very well, if we lose in the first round, again, this is just my opinion. I think we're done. This is it. If we don't make a deep run this year, I think we're cooked, to be honest with you. Because at this point, how much longer does it take for Joe to be like, listen, I'm not going to win here? And again, I know he loves the city, and let me preface that first. I know he loves the city. I know he loves the fan base. He loves being in Philadelphia. He loves the team. But at the same time, he wants to win, too. He wants to win a championship before it's all said and done. So when does that start to happen? Does that happen this offseason? Because I know before he signed that Supermax and we lost in the playoffs in the second round, I think it was a year or two ago, Embiid kind of hinted at it. He's like, I don't know what my future's going to be, so on and so forth. So
I think you would give him one more opportunity.
I would hope so. Yeah.
My line of thinking would be and I kind of got the feeling with this when he was talking. It was today or yesterday. He was talking about practice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about going in there every day and giving it your all.
Yeah.
And he's like, I gave it to Tobias today.
Yeah.
He's like, he didn't like it. He's like, I was in his ear and talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I could tell he didn't like it. Like he was pissed off or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I need more from these guys.
Yeah.
So like he clearly knows that like this dude is getting paid a lot of fucking money. Not that I didn't that any of us didn't assume that he recognized that this guy's getting paid more money than him.
Yeah.
And he's not hanging. He's not even carrying his fucking shoelaces in terms of the production of what Joel has done all year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I fully expect at the end of the day, if this team doesn't compete and get to the level of we're all kind of feeling Eastern Conference Finals, then yeah, I feel like Joe would open his mouth and be like, look, you got to change some shit up. Tobias has got to go. Make whatever you got to do.
Could you imagine if he says that? Could you imagine if he says that? I'd be like, you got to get him out of here.
Yeah, I honestly feel like it would happen.
It wouldn't shock me, no.
Yeah.
It wouldn't shock. Well, and I said,
that's what I'm saying. Because can you blame the man?
No.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like this. He's getting max money. He's supposed to be one of your pillars for your big three, and he has name. If you can name 5 games of Tobias Harris dominating, giving me 30 or 40, then okay, he was. I could say he's been up and down for a max player, but I can't even say that. He has just been barely minimal. I was I could see him more as a 6 man. That's how productive I see him when you talking about getting max money. You're better off being a 6 man.
Yeah, he's productive, but he's not. He can't be productive with Joe.
No, and
it's a proven fact.
And I said it, and people gave me flack for it, and some of the guys at A2D gave me flack for it. When that contract was signed all those years ago, I said that was the worst contract in the NBA, and I still believe that in the Tobias Harris max deal. Because again, he's
feel
he's
that
been
was
on
just
6
to go
different
get Doc.
teams for a reason.
I still feel like that was just to make Doc happy.
It's
no, because Doc didn't want to pay him that either.
No,
he didn't pay him that kind of money.
Yeah, that's why he got traded here from the club.
Yeah,
that was the whole
it wasn't about that. I could see what you're saying in terms of
I felt like that was just supposed to make
Doc
Rivers happy.
No, I don't think that at all.
Or just to bring him in.
No. And that's another thing too. I think Doc's checked out. As much as people don't want to be as much as Doc wants to be I already have a job. I'm not a candidate. Listen, he's a West Coast guy through and through. He's a West Coast guy. So as soon as he heard that LA job was open and the Sixers were interested in Doc Rivers, he's like, ooh.
He feels like honestly, the problem with him is he feels like he has nothing to prove. And that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real.
Yep.
In terms of a coach
now we're getting into it.
like wanting no, I mean, let's be real. Like let's look at it like as a fan base.
Yep.
And even if like you were an outsider, like let's say you're not a Sixers fan, you look at it and you're like, all right, this guy, he's like one of the all-time winningest coaches in NBA history. Okay. Say for what it is what it is. Like you don't like the fucking guy, whatever. He's got wins. It's undeniable, whatever. He's done it. It is. Playoff success. Yeah. It's skeptical. Like he's given up big leads, but at the end of the day, he's won a ring. Like what does he have? He doesn't have anything to prove. He doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. And I feel like that's literally like a huge problem in this entire situation. Is this dude is literally feels like he does not have to prove anything to anybody.
Yeah, he feels like he walks on water. He can do what he wants.
And he proves it every day when he talks to the media. Like that just
well, that whole thing when he was talking down to the reporter too, he's like, let me explain this very slowly.
Yep.
I'm like, all right, well, listen to this fucking guy.
Yep.
Well, this is the I would say the landscape of NBA coaching. He feels, and this is truly the entitlement, because because with that title that he won with the Celtics, winning some games with different franchises, he feels no matter what, he can still get an NBA job.
Yeah.
Like the Sixers could release him. Like that's what I'm saying. The Sixers could release him, and he knows like, oh, it's just a matter of time. Some team will call me.
Yeah, he's like, I'll get a job eventually, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're right. He'll get fired, and then in a week he'll have jobs lined up in terms of interviews. Yeah, without a question.
And that is a major problem, because you could tell by the way if you look at the way he coached when he was with the Celtics and was trying to get that championship, it was very aggressive. It was methodical. Now with that he has a title, or has that title on his billet, he done went to the Clippers, another organization that wanted a title, but he wasn't as hungry as them. He was like, oh, well, I already got it. I ain't really, another one is nice, but what got me was when he put himself in the same category as Greg Pop. Like, come on,
you're not even close.
Not even you don't. And then the worst part is you had close to as many big three or talented players as Pop has. Yeah. But your resume don't equal up to Pop.
Yeah, the championships aren't there. Yeah. Yep.
Completely agree. If you was an organization, if you knew you had the talent, you would try to have a trade option to go get Pop if you knew coaching was like your Achilles heel. Like that's the kind of Hall of Famer Popovich is.
I mean, to be honestly, he shouldn't even went that way. No. Because to be fair, I think Doc has done a lot of good things in the league. Like he's coached a lot of good teams. But you're comparing yourself to Doc, who literally stayed with one organization, and say for what you want. Look, he literally sat there and had a fantastic core around him for literally a decade. So we can't dismiss that.
No.
Regardless,
he literally turned that franchise around. He
did. He did. I'm not disregarding that, but if you put Doc with that core of Tim Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker, he's gonna win the rings that fucking Pop won. It's literally undeniable.
But that's what
not the same coach. I'm not saying that, but
yeah. But I
Pop
mean,
had
that's
a
why I
lot.
said with Doc has had that kind of talent. That's what I'm trying to
no
say.
doubt.
Like,
Mhm.
yeah, I
Well,
mean, look,
to a degree. Don't I'm not
I
going
mean, not
full.
it's Hall of Fame. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's like
he didn't have a
like
Duncan.
yeah, he
No.
didn't. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, take Duncan out. I mean, you could say Chris Paul, but I mean, like that's two different calibers. I know, but
He's still
it's
trying to win a ring and he can't do it.
yeah.
So
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like
He's just snake bitten. It's sad.
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like,
He's just snake bitten,
it's crazy.
unfortunately.
I mean, it's not to say that Pop had that Hall of Fame talent. We know that,
Mhm.
but it's just when you see the way how Doc carries himself,
Yeah.
Yes.
you
arrogance,
think that
yeah.
he has like 7 titles. I mean, you say yeah, he has a title,
Right.
but the way that he's like when he reporters give him a question and he's like, "What do you know what you're talking about, man?"
Yeah.
Like he always like saying kiss the rings, but I was like, no, you only saying kiss the ring. Like you only got one.
Yeah,
So it's
I don't
it's
even
knowing
like
that,
shit, though.
huh?
I don't even like that shit though, because like what if he had 2 rings? Because I'm gonna tell you what I'll tell you this right now. From watching press conferences, like from having league pass, I watched Pop. Not so much recently, like since his wife passed and stuff like that, because I feel like once his
Mhm.
wife passed, he kind of got like a
He changed-
perspective on life.
Yeah, he changed a
Yeah,
little bit.
he opened up.
But he was a
a lot.
dick. He was
Yeah,
a
he
dickhead.
was. Yeah.
He was a complete dickhead. He was a jerk off.
Mhm.
Other than to like a couple like reporters.
Yeah.
One of his guys was Sager, the
Mhm.
guy who from TNT that passed a few years ago from cancer.
Yep.
But he was a cocky guy too. Like
Mhm.
I feel like it, unfortunately with the NBA it just comes with like
It comes with the job. Yeah.
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 But like I'm totally with everybody, and I'm right with you, Todd, in terms of like at the end of the day, man, like you're here to try to win a championship for Philadelphia. You're trying to win a ring for the Sixers. Like we
Mhm.
haven't had shit since the 80s. Like that should be your number one fucking concern, not like talking down to reporters and shit like that. Not like saying like, "Well, I've done this, I've done." Like nobody fucking cares, man.
Yeah,
Nobody
cares.
gives a shit in this fucking city what you did for Boston or the fucking Clippers.
And yeah.
Nobody cares.
That's the thing too. Clippers fans don't like you either.
Exactly.
Clippers fans hate you. So it's.
I mean that, and that's what I'm saying. It's like it's amazing that we know Embiid gave everything this season. I mean, we didn't talk about injuries.
Yep.
He downright deserves the MVP conversation because we talking about not only for how he kept position us, not just to be like in the playoff hunt. He positioned us in the top seed at a couple of times. But the major thing was it was just what was going outside of the organization or what was going on in the locker room with the whole Ben Simmons all the way to the trade, all the way. But it's at least we know where our weaknesses going into this playoffs. Is Harden, Doc, and if we need a couple of more players to step up. And if none of those succeed, we know what we're going to be doing this off season because, I mean, at least with Harden, I'm like, give it another go. Let them have a whole off season, get healthy, then we're running back. But we're definitely going to add some pieces. Definitely got to. But it's just one of these playoffs where, you're going to have to earn it. This is not no, hey, we win this round, we'll get like, we'll be lucky to get like an easy team, so we'll win this, and then this is going to be a battle, gentlemen. Like throughout throughout the East, I don't see nobody having an easy route.
No, and the East is good. The East is really good this year. So.
I mean, came on strong at the end of the stretch. I was like, okay, you got the Bucks looking strong. I was like, damn. Yep. And I'm looking at everybody who's in the playoffs. I'm like, oh shit, there's really no easy. Like you could have fought for number one, but it's like, do you want the Nets right now?
Right. No. I'm good.
Don's spot on with this thing.
Who's better coach in this matchup, Doc or Nick Nurse? I'm saying Nick Nurse, and I don't even think twice about it.
So I don't think it's a question of who's the better coach. I think it's who's gonna. I mean, I guess it could be hand in hand. It's who's gonna make the adjustments because here's my thing. It kind of goes hand in hand to what I said earlier in terms of like every game the Raptors have played the Sixers, Joel's been doubled or triple teamed, and he's notoriously had the toughest time playing against Toronto.
Yeah.
Whether it was, and everybody thought it was when Gasol played Embiid, and that wasn't the case.
No.
It wasn't Gasol. It was just literally Nick Nurse's defensive rotations and the way he plays defense on Joe. So it's going to be up to Doc to recognize these situations. You played this team four times in the regular season, so you have enough footage to go back on and be like, all right, look, we got to make some adjustments here, and you got a guy on the perimeter who can make enough plays now.
Yep.
Whether he's healthy or not, that's gonna be another.
That's
question.
a whole other question.
But they got to do something, man. They got.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. This is where Doc's got to prove himself. He's got to see how did they double and triple team Joel like all over the court, wherever Joel was at on the court. How did they play him?
Yeah.
And he's going to have to, have a counter to that. And if he doesn't, I mean, it's I mean, it's going to be a very long and hard, series because Joel can do some incredible things, but you talking about double, triple team throughout a series, and it's coming. He definitely needs his people to step up. But, that's the matchup right there.
Well, Maxi's going to be the key factor in this because if, God forbid, Harden can't step up, which is very likely, they're not step up.
They're not going to have to piggyback off of Don. They'll probably have Scotty Barnes on Harden more just because Barnes is a better defender, so they'll probably have him on Harden on a one-on-one situation, unless they want to go to Precious Achiuwa, which I don't think they'll do that again in the playoffs, but that would be pretty interesting to see if that they do.
It's going to be interesting. I don't know.
If
we can win our games at home, I'm fine. But if we lose one, like one of our first two, my confidence goes way down. Well, we just struggle in Toronto. We just do. That's just how it goes.
That's why I say it is. If we can get the two at home, and I always say if you're going to steal one on the road, it's got to be the first one. It's so hard to try to steal the second one.
Yeah.
So if you can steal that first one, so that means 3 games in a row. You lose the second one, but you're going back home, put it away. Just I always say if you can get it in 5, hey, put it away, man. Just put it away.
Hey, if you can, what do you call it? If you can put it away in 5, then I'm a lot more confident in this team. But they just have to show me. I need to see how this team's gonna do off basically a week's rest, because I know there's gonna be some rust there too. And I don't know because like Dan said, they're gonna suffocate Embiid, and they're not gonna give Embiid space, and that's always been an issue for Embiid. So. It's just a matter of what everyone else around him can do. That's the whole thing.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna make a proclamation here.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
And again, this is gonna go back to 2019, and what Joel went through. Book it. They're not losing this series. I say it. So. I was on the fence and said Sixers in 6.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going past 5.
Okay.
This guy this guy, he went through a personality change. He went through like literally a whole year worth of an emotion. When they lost to Toronto on that Kawhi shot in Toronto.
Yep.
I feel like this guy he's gonna have it, regardless if he's being double or triple teamed.
I hope so.
Now, yeah,
I
at
hope so.
at the end of the day, he's going to be banking on his guys. He's backing his ass up, but
Yep.
I'm banking on this guy averaging 35 plus per game.
I predict at least 2 games where Embiid has like an Iverson night, like that
Where it's
first
like a 40-50 piece.
Yeah, like he just gonna go off.
I can see it. I can definitely see it. Just a matter of if they can do it or not. And there's going to be a lot of emotion in that first game, especially at the Wells Fargo Center, and that's going to be a madhouse. So.
Oh yeah, it needs to be rocking. I mean, it needs to be rocking. We need to go ahead and start fast. Make sure the crowd stays into it.
That's a good point, Don.
Yeah, I've been on the fuck Danny Green train for a couple weeks, but no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
He's veteran leadership, and I'm right there with you, Jake, in terms of like just generally like the shit that he gives you in terms of like on the court.
Podcast Danny.
Yeah, he's not a good player. Like he's not nearly what he was.
No,
3 to 4 years ago, whether it was with the Lakers or Toronto.
Yeah, no, it's not even close.
Trust me, I love him because he comes from North Carolina, so it's
But he's a good guy, man. Like he
is.
Oh yeah.
In terms of like being like a leadership aspect of this team, if he can be on the floor for like 15 minutes a night, and like that corner 3 is going to go down. Like for the most part, like I got confidence in that shit going down more than a lot of other shots on this team, other than like Joel, like that mid-range game.
Yeah, I agree.
When he's open, he's fucking hitting that corner 3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's no disputing it. When Green is on, he's on. He plays his ass off. I mean, that's one thing he'll bring. If his shot's not off or if it's not on, he's gonna he'll ramp it up on defense because he's like, I gotta give something to the team.
Yeah.
If I'm not giving points, I gotta give defense. So he is a headache, but sometimes it could be a good headache.
Yeah.
It just depends on what Green we get that night.
Well, if I remember correctly, too, wasn't the last game he played against Toronto, he had like 6 threes or 5 or 6 threes that game?
You talking about this season?
Yeah.
He had I forget it was something stupid crazy like.
Yeah, it was like 5 or 6 threes if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It was like one of the last couple games we had in the regular season.
Yeah, it was in Toronto.
He finally got his ring after 3 years.
He started because what's his name couldn't play there, obviously.
Oh, Thibault. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing too. He's going to be the starter again, most likely when Thibault's not going to be there. But here's another issue. Here's another issue.
Could be a plus. I don't know.
When you have to go with, this is what annoys me about Doc as far as like the backup center goes. Now again, it's only 6 minutes. But would it really hurt to put Paul Reed in there for those 6 minutes?
I'm right there with you.
For whatever reason, Doc's like, oh no, has to be DeAndre Jordan. I'm like 6.
You know why you put him in there, Jake?
Why?
So Toronto's literally they're one of the best, if not the best. I'll have to look it up. Transition teams in the NBA.
Yeah, they are. Yep.
So at the end of the day, like we're one of the worst rebounding teams in the league. So I want a guy out there that's going to be fucking active. I don't want some guy that's old. I don't give a shit if he's big or not, because at the end of the day, if he's big, it don't mean shit unless he's going to get the fucking loose balls.
I agree.
So I'll take Paul Reed out there. You know what?
I'll gladly take Paul Reed out there. And me and Wilson have agreed on this, and Tom thinks we're nuts. But what is 6 minutes really going to kill you?
No.
If anything, DeAndre Jordan just standing out there being a statue for 6 minutes is going to do more damage than a young kid who has a good amount of upside. I don't think he's going to be a starter, but a solid bench piece. Like you need that youth out there. You need those young players out there.
Well, the way I look at it,
I was just gonna say I would put hard money on that. If you leave DeAndre Jordan out there for a 7-game series against this team, it's literally gonna turn into Greg Monroe 2.0.
Yep.
Easy.
Yep.
So give me Paul Reed. I'll take a fucking young guy. I'll deal with the young struggles you're gonna deal with in terms of being in the playoffs. Because guess what? At the end of the day, like you said, he's playing 6 minutes.
Yeah, who cares?
Max 10 minutes. I don't give a fuck about that.
Whatever. Who cares? Like
you're not asking him to do a lot.
And again, it's not like 6 or 10 straight minutes. You're talking about between 4 quarters.
Yeah.
So you're talking 2, maybe 3 minutes at a time.
You're not asking a point guard to run your offense.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
In the playoffs as a rookie. Like,
right.
Go with it.
Yeah.
Hell no. I 1000% agree with you because I want the young guy in there. This is valuable learning. But most importantly, I'm just going to tell him is like, hey, when you're out here, you better look at the damn Last Dance and look at Dennis Rodman. I just want you to rebound.
Yeah.
Rebound and play defense. If you get a chance to put it back up, put it back up. But your number one job is the rebound because you can't have fast transitions.
Mm-hmm.
Just can't.
Yep.
If especially with Toronto, you start with them getting on the runs, it's going to be hard to stop the bleeding. Yep. And that's why I'm like, we talking about Doc Rivers knowing when to stop the bleeding. Oh my goodness, no.
Yeah, they'll call a timeout when they've already gone on like a 15-0 run.
Yeah, a 12 to the 15. I'm like, why do you let them get to 12?
Yeah, I don't know.
At least stop it at 8.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I still think Sixers in 6. I know Shaq said we're going to sweep them. We're going to sweep the Raptors, which again, I'd love to see. Because you want to talk about confidence? If you sweep the Raptors, shit.
You know what that is, though?
No.
This is going literally. This is going back to what I was saying, though. So Shaq dealt with this same shit of having heartbreak in terms of like playing against the team.
Yep.
Getting his heart torn out of his chest.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he sees this with Joe, and he sees that like this is a team that fucked him up, and literally, regardless, it's clearly not the same team from 2019, but it's the franchise that fucked him up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's why he's taking this and saying like he's going to sweep them. Now I don't see that, but I do see 5. I see 5 games. Like I see Joe just fucking turning it up and just saying fuck this. I'm going to do whatever I got to do to figure it the fuck out and get these guys going. And
yep.
Look, James could be cooked. It's nice to see him in practice, like looking fresh again.
Mm-hmm.
He did look fresh again, like from the shit that I've seen on social media the last 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
If he's fresh again, then it's on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be scary. Like we've seen it for a couple games, and we know it's possible.
Yeah.
But it's going to take everybody to make this shit happen.
Don, if that happens, that might ignite a run. I'm just saying that might ignite a run to the conference final. Like if that happens, Joel gets revenge against the Raptors
in Toronto.
Ooh.
Yo, oh my God, they might have.
Yeah, you gotta win. You gotta win the final. You gotta win it. You gotta win it all.
You gotta win the whole thing then.
Yeah, because
you gotta win the whole thing then.
That's how the whole like championship videos always start.
One of the big murals they have in the is that the Air Canada Center? One of the big.
I know that. Kawhi squatting down, right?
Yeah,
and
Embiid's in that fucking
across.
picture.
Yep.
Like that's the thing. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like this, like we can look at aspect of it like throughout the year and like how the Sixers played this team.
Mm-hmm.
I started thinking about this like a couple of days ago, like how Joel's like aspect of thinking is with all this, and like how his mentality of just like, man, like this fucking team, man, we gotta play this team again.
Yeah.
Like it's more than just what we're looking at in the eye because he
Well, I
knows
mean,
what's happened.
they would get on my nerves too because they always constantly showing that same damn highlight every chance they get.
Oh, you'll know we'll see it tomorrow. You know for a fact.
Oh,
they'll bring it up
absolutely.
tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So
They'll be like, oh, well, the Sixers haven't had much success against Toronto. If you remember back in 2019, and then they'll go right to the.
I think it's TNT. That's probably the first thing they'll fucking show.
It's yeah, absolutely, it will be.
So that's why I'm like, as far as if I would feel, it's like, yeah, Embiid wants to always, give Toronto some meat, put some meat up in them because he's like, yo, y'all keep on showing that same fucking video every time.
Yeah. Don't give me a
or
Charles
everybody
Barkley
keeps on asking me
tomorrow,
about that
please.
video.
What did you say? Don't give me a Charles Barkley. What?
Don't give me a Charles Barkley guarantee tomorrow, please. For the love of God. Guarantee.
No, I can't
Don't
go down
do that
Charles
to me,
Barkley.
please, because then we are losing the series if that happens.
Yeah,
Well,
Charles.
Maybe he'll go guarantee like fucking Raptors.
Yeah,
that
Charles.
would be thing. Like, all right.
Charles was still knocking off the rust, still thinking Simmons was still on the team. So that was funny, but
I'm not gonna lie, Don. I love it, to be honest with you, just because I hate Tobias that much.
Have you guys looked at the matchups yet?
Have I? No, I have not.
Yeah, go ahead, pull them up.
Yeah,
Atlanta just beat.
Yeah, Atlanta beat what was it?
Cleveland.
But Hawks beat the Cavs. I've been keeping up. Don's been keeping us updated.
Okay. And Cleveland was up pretty big at the half, behind Lauri Markkanen.
Mm-hmm.
So Miami and the Hawks. I'm still gonna pick Miami.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Miami.
Who you got for the Nets and Bucks?
Bucks all day. Especially since Paul George is out now. Yeah, give me the Bucks.
Bucks, all right.
Give me the Bucks.
I mean the Celtics and the Nets. My fault.
Celtics and the Nets. Give me. That's a good one. That's gonna be a good one.
I'm taking Nets.
Yeah, I'm taking Nets too. Give me.
I was okay.
Brooklyn.
I was gonna be the only one that was thinking the Nets. Oh damn.
Do you think Ben actually comes back?
I don't think so.
I don't.
No,
I think so.
Especially since Shams put it out, so he's already Clutch Sports anyway. So there's a little bit of bias.
The reason why I think so because he doesn't have any pressure. Like he'll come back. I mean, yeah, they'll try to make sure he's at the home and get a nice little ovation or something like that. But there's really like no pressure on him because Kyrie and KD are lighting it up. So it's like almost like he could just slide in and work his way back, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm like.
Did I say Paul George wasn't on the Clippers? My bad, Don. My bad. My fault. But
we all slip up.
So okay.
Yeah, what do we got?
We all got Brooklyn. Upsetting.
Well, series.
I think we probably all have the Bucks taking
down the Clippers. Oh, yeah.
But trying to think, what was the other series? Yeah.
Yeah, well, the only other series in the East was us, which we went over.
Okay.
Right.
What about on the West?
So we can't do the 1 seed right now because that's still to be determined. Memphis, the number 2 seed, against Minnesota, the 7 seed. I think this is like a five game series. Memphis is all over Minnesota. What do you guys think?
Will Ja be back?
He's already back. He played the last, not the last game of the season, but the game prior. They sat him out against Boston last game of the year, but he played the game
Oh, okay,
prior.
okay. That's what confused me.
Yeah, no, he's healthy. I honestly, even if he wasn't healthy, they still beat Minnesota without him because their team is literally just they're like a well-oiled machine in terms of just like they'll beat anybody. Honestly, they're just
Yeah,
they
that's
play
I
so
mean,
well.
I just like without Ja, it will be up and down. I will still pick them.
Yeah,
But when you know Ja's on the court, I was like this, oh, pull out the broom.
yeah, I'm thinking like 5 games. I'm with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking
Like
too.
I'm seeing a 5-game series.
yep. Golden State 3 seed against Denver, the 6 seed.
What's the status on Steph?
So I saw something saying that he's a game time decision
Okay.
for game 1.
Who are they playing again?
Denver. I think it's a 6-game series, even if
give me the Warriors in 6.
Yeah. Yep.
Give me the Warriors in 7. That Steph injury is still, if it lingers, game time decisions and I would love to say 6, but I just feel like if that injury bug is still lingering and stuff like that, then I can see it going to 7 because Denver is nothing to sneeze at.
No, they're good. They're very good.
Yeah, so that's why.
Yeah,
that's a tough road for them too.
Yeah, my only thing is like with the whole Warriors thing. Like if Steph and Clay both get hot, forget about it.
Oh yeah, game over.
No question. Yeah, if they're both going, then yeah, forget about it. And I think the Warriors can give up 1 game and they'll be fine. I'm not worried about this. They still have most of their championship roster, so I'm not even worried about the Warriors, to be honest. Steph can put it together. They'll make a nice run. They could potentially be a sneak peek in the finals, but
well, that was going to be my kind of my team out of the West.
Yeah, if they get rolling.
Who's that?
Yeah, because
the Warriors.
Oh, really?
If they get rolling.
Because this is around the time where it would make sense for them to finally all be healthy. Right at the playoffs, and we finally see the Splash Brothers again. We haven't seen that in a long time, and them both dropping 30s or 40s on teams. And besides the Warriors, I mean, Memphis, we still don't know how they are in playoffs, so we're gonna learn a lot about them.
Yep.
It's really a lot of young teams.
He should be back in the second round.
Yeah, I would assume if they make it to the second round, he'll be back. He's not going to be back in the first round. Maybe if it's like a 6 or 7 game series.
Yeah.
But he's practicing now, so he is on the court practicing.
Good. Good.
But the next series is where I have my like upset. Other than I don't really consider the Brooklyn Boston thing an upset because it's kind of a weird situation given the like positioning of those two teams, even though like talent wise, I think obviously Brooklyn's a much more talented team in terms of KD and Kyrie. I got Utah upsetting Dallas in 6 games.
Okay.
Luka, I don't think Luka's going to play game 1.
Luka's already out for game 1.
Oh, so he's already been.
Yeah, they already said he's out.
Right.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, Utah got that one. Yeah. If Dallas pulls it out, it have to be in 7. If Luka's he's already out game 1, you don't know if he comes back how healthy he'll be for game 2. And then
I don't think they
on,
match up well either, to be honest with you. Like just in terms of like just overall, I don't think it's a great matchup for Dallas, honestly.
No, I agree.
Nah, that's what I say. If Dallas pulls that out, it'll have to be in 7.
Yeah, you would think.
Yes, I don't see Dallas like dominating. I just
No.
can't.
No.
And the way Utah plays too, come on, man, it's
Yep.
I can't do it.
No.
And then, well, we can't make any decision on this, but Phoenix will play the winner of tonight's Pelicans and Clippers game. And
all right, so we're gonna go with the Clippers then. If that's the case.
no, I think I completely
You
disagree.
think CJ McCollum is balling out, man?
Yeah, that's true.
I completely disagree. I think it's gonna be Pelicans. Well, one, what's his
Is
name?
that game on right now?
Yeah.
Pelicans
are up. The Pelicans are up 26-22. Paul George isn't playing tonight.
No, that's true.
He's in COVID protocol. So
yeah.
And see,
and that automatically just started to come back somehow. You're like, oh. Well.
And how many games did Kawhi miss this season?
Every single game.
Yeah, he hasn't played. Still recovering.
You said how many games? Every single game.
Every single game.
How many games did they play?
Yeah, no, I was like, I was just trying to make sure, like, did he even play this season? Like, I never saw him play. That's why I was just making sure. I was like, did he even play?
He missed every game.
So,
still dealing with that ACL from last year.
And
I think he's healed. He's just taking his time.
And that's why I just cannot take a flyer on guys like that.
Who, Kawhi?
Like, yeah, it's like, he's got the immense talent in the world.
Yeah.
You would love to have him on his team, but seeing this is like, why risk it?
Well, he's already won what? 2, right? 2 chips?
2 titles. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, 2 titles. Yeah.
He's already one of the best ever. I mean, again, I was called crazy because I wanted to trade Ben for Kawhi when that was on the table, but
back then
it would have been for a year. But yeah,
listen, if we got Kawhi, I think we're winning a chip.
Oh
so
yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
If I walk down Broad for just 1 year, I don't care.
No, not.
I don't give a shit.
You think? No, we would have won the title because
the way the Kawhi was playing that year.
Yeah, we wouldn't have had that situation where, we had to deal with
we would have killed
the shot.
Everybody.
True.
We would have killed everybody, and we still get Jimmy Butler. Shit.
Hell yeah.
Because we didn't give up anything for Butler, if you remember that deal. We didn't.
No. We didn't give up shit.
So.
But yeah.
What could have been?
Yeah, what could have been, but now seeing where Kawhi is at is like, I don't know.
I mean, it is what it is.
I would still bit the bullet just so we could say we had the championship.
Yeah, again,
it's okay.
And especially knowing what Ben is now. Oh my God, I do that. I don't even think twice about it.
Exactly. It's like if we could change history on that whole notion, it's like, yeah. You talking about Kawhi, Jimmy, and Joel, and if you tell me like, oh, you will have to deal with Kawhi sitting out a whole year, ACL, but at least you won a championship.
Okay. Yeah, he wouldn't have resigned here. It would have been the same thing as what happened in Toronto.
Yeah,
but like at the end of the day,
still want a chip.
Yeah, you would have
done. Still want a chip.
I would have been fine with that, and I feel like most of Philly would have been cool with it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it would be the same thing here as it is in Toronto. Even though he played there for 1 year, he'll be loved in that city forever.
Oh, absolutely.
Like they will love him no matter what.
Yeah.
Man, he can always go back to Toronto. They act like he never left. He was like, hey, I saw you play last night. What are you even talking about?
That was the, what do you call it? Yeah,
2019.
2019, Don. 2019. I wanted Kawhi, and people called me nuts because like, oh, you can't give up on a young talent like Ben. Okay.
Well, we always, man. I know I was saying that when we even came down to which one would you get rid of, Jimmy Butler or Simmons, and I was like, well, if you want to think about future and the longevity, go with Simmons. But if we want to think about right now, you wanted to go with Butler.
Yeah.
And that was just, you couldn't be mad at either war, we was banking on the potential of Simmons, and got a nice little Mr. Hanky.
Yeah, I did, and I mean, I said it for years too. Like there was always questions about Ben's like determination to be the best, that whole thing, and I knew, we all knew that since he was drafted. There was questions about his commitment and stuff like that. So, but it is what it is. Not here anymore. Not my problem. So that's how I look at it.
But the one thing we can't say that Philly fans, we was patient with a lot of players. They keep on giving us a bad rap for our fan base.
Gave Ben every
from Markel's Phelps to Ben Simmons. We treated players nicely. Jalen Reagor, Nelson Aguilar. The criticize was earned. Yeah. you earn the criticism in Philly. It's not just given. You earned it.
Don, like he played at LSU, but he didn't want to be there. Like he didn't want to go to college. He wanted to go right to the NBA. Like college was just
he didn't shoot.
Yeah,
he didn't shoot at LSU either.
No,
he was just known for driving.
Yeah, that was it.
He shot in high school.
He shot a lot in high school, and then for whatever reason, I don't know who told him or why he got in his head that he just doesn't need to shoot. But I mean,
but even so,
honestly, he didn't care. He didn't care. Sorry, he didn't care in college.
No, and there was a whole documentary about it, talking about like him trashing the school and him trashing the NCAA. He's like, I never went to class. I never went to class. I didn't. He's like, I didn't even live on campus.
They didn't even want to go to. They didn't even want to go to like alternate tournaments to play.
No,
like he could have put his name out there more. He's like, nah, I need to put my name out there more for. I'm already the number one overall pick.
Yeah.
Like there was skepticism out there that like if they made it to the NCAA tournament that he wouldn't have played.
Oh, that was well known. Yeah, he wouldn't have.
Like, there's no like the fact that you could have won a national championship and he didn't want to play because he didn't want to risk getting hurt.
And this is why I've said for years the guy doesn't care about basketball.
No, that was my major.
He cared about everything that came with basketball. That's that's the money. He doesn't give a shit about basketball. I mean, he might like playing it, but he doesn't care about that. He cares more about he cares more about being on an esports team and that whole thing. So
he likes playing it as long as he knows he's getting positive reception from it. The fame is coming and the money is coming. That's when he's about basketball. But as you saw, as soon as we got that max deal, as soon as he signed that contract, it was a wrap.
Yeah,
it was like his whole demeanor, his want to, everything just changed, and like he just more worried about who he was dating, how many cars he wants to drive during the week, and just disengaged. And then how you gonna cry out mental illness where as a fan base we were so proud of you shooting in the gym, we were so like going crazy over gym videos, and then you laid a fat goose egg in the playoffs the following year on that, and then we see the same gym videos and we're like, nah, we're not falling for that again.
Well, you saw that during the when he was doing shoot arounds in Brooklyn, and the NBA Twitter's like, oh look, he's practicing. Yeah, okay.
And you know what the Philly fan base was like this? Oh, we done seen that before.
Yeah, okay,
we are not falling for that bullshit. Y'all have fun with that. See how many videos y'all gonna post up. Because we post up at least 5 or 6 and talking about, oh, look at that stroke, baby. Look at it. He's just a machine. We're gonna be ready for next year.
Dude, that's crazy.
Never happened.
Zion's still fat and he's still dunking like crazy. That's insane. That's insane.
Dude,
it's like 300 pounds and he did like a 360 spin.
Oh, yeah.
That was nuts.
But did you see how hard he landed after he made that dunk? I was like, he literally did a full squat. I was like, his knees are going to be shot by his first game back.
land awkwardly and break
Well,
it.
and that's the scary part too, and that's why I said when that draft happened, I'd rather have Ja, just because a guy that size can't be bouncing up and down like that for a long period of time. Like you're seeing what he's at right now, 300 pounds going on those knees and ankles constantly, like jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
And then y'all, I was like, this, he's not running. No, I'm like, wow, y'all really showing him dunking, but he's not running and trying to cut down on that weight. That's not good.
Yeah.
And literally, I was at that game where that shoe exploded.
Oh, so you were at that game?
Oh man,
yeah,
I remember watching that. It was great.
That shoe, just like it was like watching a Flagstone.
His foot popped out of his shoe.
He just took the shoe. He like looked at the shoe, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it was like literally watching. Yeah, watching a Firestone tire, man. Just watch it explode.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
Everybody from Nike was like, "Oh my god, what just happened?"
Dude, they took
We're
such
getting
a PR
sued.
hit. Yeah, they took such a PR hit from that. I remember that. That was a huge deal.
You talking about air? You talking about air going out of a stadium, boy? It was like,
and that was all over Twitter in seconds. It was insane. After it happened, I saw it all over Twitter. Memes were coming. It was nuts.
That shoe became famous because I love the one photo of the shoe just kind of like right there, and you just kind of like see Zion's ankle like kind of in the background a little bit. I was like, yeah.
I thought his what do you call it? I thought his ankle popped out. That's what I thought happened at first. I'm like, oh my god, his foot's destroyed.
But, everybody was like because the way how it happened, and you see how the shoe exploded, and the way that how the heel was just flapping, and it was almost like the shoe was already starting to come off his foot, so everybody thought like that was his ankle. So that's why like everybody was like, oh my god, like it was just got mangled.
What was the college player? He like broke his foot in half or broke his ankle in half. What was that? When the bone was sticking out? What the hell was that? What that's what it reminded me of at first, and then I realized it wasn't his ankle.
Oh my god.
Well, I remember
it was during the tournament, wasn't it? It was during the tournament. I think. But his leg fucking exploded.
I'm trying to remember.
Russ Smith. That's it.
Okay.
His leg exploded. Russ Smith from.
Because I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember who they played. Because I have the image in my head. I just can't remember. And Don, to your other point, I love Brandon Ingram. I love Brandon Ingram so much. Big fan. I'm a big fan.
Oh, who did he play for?
Huh?
You remember who he played for?
Louisville. Don said Louisville.
Kevin Ware.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was Kevin Ware.
Okay. Yeah, his freaking leg exploded.
Speaking of Brandon Ingram,
I remember seeing it on live TV. That was brutal.
When you brought up Brandon Ingram, that they was Undisputed went down a rundown of all the players that Michael Jordan missed on for first rounders, and Brandon Ingram was one of them.
That's another thing. You're the best basketball player of all time, and I don't care what anyone says. It's not up for debate. He's the best basketball player of all time, but he sucks as an owner.
Oh, but that list.
Oh, the list is brutal. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, that 5. I was like, "This damn." Could you imagine that kind of starting lineup? Oh my god.
That's the other thing too. He can't find talent. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like you would think if you're the best of all time, you would know
how to judge talent. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm completely with you though. So like, and I when Stephen A came on after the whole LeBron thing in terms of like what LeBron has done this year.
The fact you quit on your team, yeah.
Yeah, and like say what you want. I don't care who anybody who's gonna hear this or watch this or whatever. At the end of the fucking day, if you look at LeBron James and you think anything other than he's about himself, he's about himself. Like this entire season was about him stat padding his
Mhm.
entire career and pushing his numbers up. That's it. Literally every fucking game this year.
And that's the thing. Everyone's like, look at his numbers, but I'm like, look how much he has the ball.
That's all he cared about this year, though.
They're like, oh, but he's in his upper 30s. I'm like, okay, look how much he has the ball. Look how much he has the ball. The thing that rubbed me the wrong way about LeBron is when he was out for a game, he had shades on the sideline with a glass of wine in hand.
Yep.
Like,
and he does it. He does it all the fucking time.
Oh, it bothers me to no end.
Yeah.
It bothers me
it's
to
not
no end.
professional. Like, say what you want. Like, I get Jordan like had his gambling shit and shit like that or whatever.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he was professional on the sidelines. When he came to work, he was professional.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to hear it's fine because it's LeBron. It's professional because it's LeBron. It's not. It's not. No. It's literally not.
And that's another thing.
Nobody comes to work drinking. It just doesn't happen. I don't care if you're fucking if you're $1 million athlete or not.
The only person that can get away with
in
doing
Germany,
that is LeBron.
We're allowed to have a beer on lunchtime.
That's actually
just saying.
You're only allowed to have a beer on lunchtime. That's great.
But no, I agree with you, Dan. It's like this is the main reason why I love Michael Jordan is because he never missed a fucking game.
Well, he was all business too. That's the other thing.
But I also love what he said. People pay their hard-earned money to come and see me, and it will be a damn shame if I'm not playing.
Yep,
absolutely.
Yep. Well, and that's the thing too. He gets it.
Yeah, I mean, I know LeBron is trying to do, play with his son in the league at the same time, yada, yada, yada. We know you've been an ambassador for the league, but it's been, I don't know. I guess LA brought out the real diva in him.
In LeBron,
because it's like he won that bubble trophy, and that kind of like helped save them, because it's like if he never would have won the title in LA, I believe LA would have been getting in his ass.
I don't know.
I mean, they were getting in his ass when he came to LA. Honestly, to kind of piggyback off of what you said there, I'll disagree with you here.
Mm-hmm.
LA didn't bring the diva out in him.
No,
the diva came out in him once he went to Miami.
Yeah,
1000%.
Mm-hmm.
True. Well, I was calling that he was trying to get. I thought he was trying to get like more of his edge. Like it seemed like he was trying to, like he was trying to break out that good guy kind of role. And when he went to Miami, and then the way he was getting treated like the bad guy, so he embraced it. I was like, okay, you try to become more of the knowing that you want to dominate in the league. This is the only way you're going to dominate, is to try to be that bad guy, but then people still love you. So he didn't know how to have that killer instinct. So he was trying to discover that. And he thought like he had to be like that bad guy, but it just seems like now where even like from Miami to Cleveland, when he done had power in the organization, and then coming to LA with that, and then try to still have that same kind of power. And he might not want to admit it or not, but he did have a strong influence on this roster that he's surrounded by with. And for you to kind of like give up on it, I mean, like this is your hands are dirty in this too, man. And a man lost his job for the kind of roster that you wanted to play with Russ. And that's why I'm like, you can't sit back and be too diva, knowing damn well you wanted Russ, you wanted AD. Like AD didn't come to LA and just all of a sudden having injury problems. You knew he had injury problems. Russ came in knowing that he was on a decline, but you still wanted him. You got rid of Ingram, Kuzma, you got rid of young talent because you can't play with young talent.
They got rid
and now you single-handedly destroyed the organization.
Well, if you remember too, during the trade deadline, LeBron wanted the Lakers to make a move, and the Lakers were like, "No, we'll have no picks left."
Do it. They didn't
We'll have
wanna
no
do
picks
it.
left.
Yeah.
No
then
picks
LeBron got
left.
all
I
upset.
mean, putting yourself in cap hell. Like it was just like, no, we listened to you. We got, yeah, you helped bring a bubble trophy, and a lot of people say like if it wasn't for that break and everything else, the Lakers wouldn't have won it. And that is
You know what's funny? I'm probably gonna catch some flack for this, and I don't really care. I'm fine with doing so.
How they scapegoated
speak your
Frank
mind,
Vogel.
man.
No, so I went to a stand-up comedy last night. But it's a guy who obviously, like, everybody knows, like, in showbiz, like, you start out in California, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this guy's been in movies and stuff like that, and he ended up moving from California to what do you say, Utah or something like that.
Okay.
Mhm.
And he's like, what's the biggest difference between California and Utah and stuff like that? And he's like, right now, he's like, just the amount of politics that goes into everybody living in the state. Everything's political. Everything needs to be like this and that.
Wow.
And if I'm being completely honest with you, that's the problem with LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what anybody has to fucking say. It doesn't make a difference. And if you're just ignoring the fact that, like, the majority of, like, his, like I guess issues with everything, it just, like, pushes, like, political agendas on everybody. Like, which is good. Like, in certain situations, like, you should push, like, certain situations in terms of, like, I guess I don't want to say persuading people, but
I know
like,
what you mean.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like you are
Yeah.
a public figure, so it is in some situations it is good to get, like, your shit out there. But at the end of the fucking day, most people want to just see you play fucking basketball. They don't want to hear about, like, it's the same thing with, like, singers and shit like that. Like, I have family members that love Bono and they love fucking U2. But guess what? Everything's political, and they don't care about your political views. Like, they just want to see you fucking sing.
And it's not like a shut up and dribble kind of thing. It's
No. Like, I'm saying the same thing about, like, a musical, like, performer. Like, they pay money to see you perform.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yep.
They don't
that's-
pay you money for your fucking views on whether it's like a Democrat or a Republican thing. It doesn't make a difference.
No.
It's not getting political. It's just, at the end of the day, they want to see you perform. And if I'm a fucking Lakers fan, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I'm not Ralphie. I'm not a
absolutely.
fucking Lakers fan. But at the end of the day, if I am Ralphie, I'm fucking pissed, because you know what? This fucking jerk off, he's not doing what he needs to do to make this fucking team better. He's doing what he needs to do to get his fucking name out there more, to push political views, and to do whatever the fuck he feels is necessary for this and that. And it sucks.
Yeah, the other thing is, too, in LA, his production company's out there, so there's that.
Yep.
Yeah, and a lot of his businesses are in LA too, so that's another reason why he's there.
Which, okay, make your money.
Right. Yeah, I'm not
Nobody's
mad at
hating
you.
on you for that. Yeah,
I'm not mad at you.
But,
Make your money.
but I agree with you, Dan. I always it goes back and forth with me. It's like where you see celebrities want to go to the political side and everything. I'm like, okay, everybody has an opinion, you can voice it.
Right.
But as long as it's not negative or you trying to feel as though that you're above everything, like that's where it starts that's where you see the difference. Is like, okay, LeBron James, we know you dominating basketball. We know that you do great for the community, so you can kind of have some kind of say in what you want to see as far as political, what can like help improve, but don't just go on full blown rants and try to like let that be your end all be all. It's like, dude, you just play basketball now. I'm not trying to say you don't have any credentials or don't have an opinion to how to improve our system, but sometimes it's just better to just stay out of it. And that's one thing I did admire about Michael Jordan, is because he realized, if he spoke about political stuff or how he want to try to help in the community, he was going to get positive or negative. It was like it wasn't going to be beneficial for him. He realized that people are going to try to take your words and misconstrue it either way. So he was like, I'll just play basketball.
Yep. Exactly.
I admired him about that. He was like, hey, if I say something or side on this side, everybody's going to take it and go completely left with it. So he was like, I'll just completely stay out of it. I respect that.
Did you ever watch that whole 5-part documentary about Jordan?
Yep.
Which one?
The one on ESPN, I think. Yeah, it was during COVID. The last. It was the thing is with Jordan, everything's a competition.
Oh yeah,
everything's a competition with Jordan. Whether you're playing cards with him on the private jet,
who can hit the wall with quarters?
Yeah,
like that's that's when okay, I
an addict.
Yeah, he's just
like,
that's part of his gambling thing. He was just an addict, but like he's so competitive that if you beat him in a game of cards, he wasn't talking to you for like 3-4 days.
Oh yeah,
no,
he refused to talk to you.
Yep.
And that's just a whole different level of competition.
But I love his mentality. He wants to let everybody know, especially when it came to gambling. He wants to let everybody know that his money ended up in his pocket. Your money ended up in his pocket. Somehow he wants to make sure that I don't care if it's $1 to $500. Somehow I won't get your money in my pocket.
And he's a terrible loser, and he admits it too. That's the funny part. My favorite thing from Last Stand, and then we'll get out of here, is that when he I forget what stadium he was at, but he was in the back, and he ran into Larry Bird, and they hugged each other the entire time. He was like, "Fuck you, bitch! Fuck you."
Yeah, but that's how you know that.
Great.
That's how they forged such a great bond. I mean, between him,
there's
Magic,
a mutual
and
respect
Bird.
there. Yeah, there's a
yeah. But you could tell all three had the same competitive nature.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they don't mind congratulating when one of them beats the other, but they just all know, like, yo, your competitive nature. I gave it everything I could to beat you, but you gotta tip your hat off. And that was when Bird was coaching, so that made it even worse. He was like, motherfucker, I can't even outthink to stop you.
Can't beat you. But
I mean,
got anything else before we get out of here?
Nope. Nah, last weekend was the big UFC fight. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, Earl Spence comes back.
Does
back
he?
to boxing. Yeah, this weekend.
How old is he now?
Still like 25, 26.
Oh, is that it? I thought he was old. I thought he was like in his 30s. Okay.
No, I don't think so. It's just what it is
feels like
the fight that everybody wants to see is making us feel old.
Gotcha.
And we want to try to have. It would be nice to see this fight when there was so was younger, but they're still young. Yeah. Between Crawford and Spence. I mean, that's the last mega fight for boxing.
Yeah.
But if it don't happen, it don't happen.
Yeah. Exactly.
I can't complain no more.
Yeah, exactly. If it happens, it happens. But guys, as always, appreciate you for listening. Appreciate you for joining the conversation with us, Todd. We always love having you.
Oh yeah, and Don, we will, most definitely do a mini mock draft. Gotcha.
Yeah, we are doing a mini mock draft next week since the draft is coming up in a couple weeks. So figured the week before just get a little something going because I know that following week we'll be doing day 2 live reactions to the draft. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a busy couple weeks. So. But as always, Fan Friday is brought to you by Gleason's Bar. Gleason's Bar is located at 6700 Mill Creek Avenue in Levittown, PA. Use promo code A2D for 10% off your order whenever you dine in, take out, or order online at Gleason's Bar and Steaks.com. The promo code again is A2D for 10% off your order. Also, with the Sixers first round of the playoffs starting soon, might want to dabble a little bit of gambling. So if you feel so inclined, become a member. Become an ATD member. $9.99 a month. Perks include appearances on shows, members only live streams, shout outs, weekly sports picks from Money Pop Podcast and Willie Vegas. Say it all the time. Nate's made us a lot of money. Wilson's made us a lot of money. Can't beat it. But if you're talking fantasy, there's no better fantasy app than FanUp. FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports daily and NBA contests and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today using promo code ATD for 5,000 bonus points, which is a $50 value at fanup.app. It's only available right now on the Apple App Store. So if you have an Android, sorry, don't know what to tell you. I do think they are working on an Android version soon. But fantasy isn't your thing. Maybe just you're a sportsbook kind of guy, and that's fine too. So we're also brought to you by BetUS. BetUS is an online sportsbook that has been in the market for over 25 years. You can bet anywhere in the U.S. on everything. Use the link below, pinned to the top of our comment section, for a 125% sign-up bonus. Again, 125% sign-up bonus. But guys,
damn, you're giving money away.
Dan Shriak, Todd down below, Pete for his contribution when he was here.
Young Money Pete.
Yeah, Young Money Pete, excuse me. So we'll get you guys back next week with a little.
Go Sixers.
Yeah. Go Sixers. Don't disappoint me, please.
Come on, get some fucking out. Let's go.
Let's
go.
Later,
Ring
guys.
the damn bells.